And then the sound of nipples growing could be confused for like an email note. It's the sound of nipples.
Hi,
growing.
everyone.
I think it has been confused before.
Hello, everyone.
We back.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I hope
Don't
you're
turn
all
this into a GIF. We're back.
Sarakia, hello. I totally didn't practice your name beforehand.
He didn't.
Just
No.
off the cuff.
Not at all.
Off the cuff. How is everyone?
Jag.
Hello, Jack. Hey, Dave. Hi, Brandon. Brandon.
Hey, hey.
What's
Hey,
everyone
Nightbot.
doing?
Nightbot.
Hi, Nightbot.
Hey, Arcane Archives. Oh,
How's
yeah, I'm just
everybody's
reading them.
holidays? You know,
Oh, like holiday.
Holly Jolly.
Holidays.
More like holla blade. I don't know.
More
All right,
like
I
lazy.
don't think they missed us now, and that was the session.
Yeah.
It's been a great session, guys.
Much better now. Good to see you, Jack. Hi, Dave.
I'm so excited.
Glad they're over. Right there with you. Well, I don't even know. I'm just so excited for it. I don't even know. I'm just. Well,
I don't even know.
we've had a
Don't even do
productive couple weeks. Mostly, just a couple of us on a specific project that you're all about to see.
Holidays.
No, it's at
The
holidays.
Dave's how diggity Dave.
They're never over. The holidays are never over.
Have a great Dave.
If you don't think I will remember that and only ever call you that, you're wrong.
Holidays.
Holiday. All right. Anyway,
I want to go the Hollywood route with it. Holly Dave.
wait, is this like Hollywood Hogan, but it's Hollywood Dave? Holly
Yes.
Dave.
Yeah, it might be.
But
There's a large plate of ranch. I cannot believe that's half ranch.
what?
He's making fun of my.
You gotta
snack.
show it. You gotta show it. Your snack is ranch.
Your snack.
Okay. Obviously, I didn't
Now the
use it all.
napkin. Now the
I
napkin's in it.
overestimated.
Maybe I'm just. Just pour it out. on
How'd you
my-
read your keyboard? I got ranch all on it. The days are
ranch.
hollow.
Off to the side. I'm done.
Yeah.
got
I think
ranch
there is some
crotch.
surprise.
Ranch.
Suspense.
We're stalling.
intense.
We
Seriously,
just
I
wanna-
spelled ranch on my keyboard.
We're trying to keep
are-
the suspense in chat, so we're
Ju-
stalling real hard.
Just a
we're
little
stalling.
bit. Just a little bit.
This?
Alrighty, well, I guess, without further ado, we're just going to reveal what it is. And I really don't have a
Without
segue.
any further dudes.
Without any further holla dudes.
Without any further dudes.
Without any further dudes. It's merch. You got it, Jag.
Yep,
It's
yep.
all the merch you've been waiting for. Hats,
No, don't lie to
beanies,
him.
top
funny.
hats,
No.
fedoras, trilbies. It's only hats.
The great thing about the ongoing joke with Jag wanting merch and never giving it to him is that we actually do have a lot of merch, but it's only for us,
Kate.
and that's not even a joke.
Yeah, Kate has. That is true. That's right. We do have.
We have a lot of
Merch
merch,
so
but
mean.
it's ours.
I know you guys are mean.
Jag, we love you, and in the
Hey,
future, maybe we'll-
Tatiana. Oh, that's great.
When we have, if we get actual merch for the channel, Jag, you will be the
Aw,
first one to get
I
one.
feel bad now.
I will
That's the
personally
saddest
mail it to
emoji.
you.
I don't. I'm tilting
I
into
will
Guys, we
it.
send Jag my stuff if for Bible thought.
We just lost one subscriber. I wonder why.
We lost our first and
You guys
biggest fan.
pushed him away.
You guys want cool stuff? Too bad it's mine.
Yeah, you want cool
We're gonna-
stuff? Well, we got it anyway.
We'll make a pile of Arcane Archive shirt and light them on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tell all your friends and your families and anyone that will come and watch, and then we'll get merch, like cool things like
Tell
this
all your
for the-
families.
for the regulars. This is actually really cool. Jeremy has one too. This was Christmas gifts by Jess. They are dice rollers, and they, ping together. They're cool. They're awesome, and I'm
Yeah.
excited. I've only rolled into it
Awesome
once
little Etsy shop.
with my kill my player die, and it rolled a natural 20. So
We're
I'm gonna take that back now.
yeah,
Ooh, well, Fernie doesn't even know about this special die yet. You saw it. It's a black metal die, but it's color changing with heat. And I rolled, and I'm not joking, 13 natural 20s out of 15 rolls.
I thought you were to say in a row. Out of 15, you're no. It's you can't use
Jess
it.
was right next to me.
That's a
Jess
Cade
was right
die.
next to me.
That's a Cade die. I ban
And
it.
it can't be weighted because it's meta.
I'm about to curse it. I'm about to. Once you kill the big bad with nothing but natural 20s, it's cursed.
Metal be like
And
the
I-
easiest to wait.
Well,
I rolled a 2.
Metalwood.
all right. We're deviating, but
Yeah, we are.
alrighty. So this is the reveal. Something we've actually been working on for quite a few months. That finally is finished. I hope you all love it. We will be back after to enjoy it with all of you and discuss. We'll be back in a second. Enjoy.
Ah, it's so fucking cool.
And hello again, everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is so amazing. I
That's
love
Eddie's
it.
first time seeing it, actually.
Yeah.
That's my first time.
That's Nick's
Holy
first time
shit.
seeing it.
Eddie, are you crying?
Legitimately, I have goosebumps right now. That is nuts.
Hey.
I have watched it multiple times, and
Amazing.
every time at the end when I hear the music, I get the chills. It's amazing. And I guess for the shout outs, that animation was rendered in Unreal Engine by our little gremlin Dank Budbaker, so everybody give him some major love.
Oh yeah.
That was
Hell yeah.
so
Send
amazing.
those Arcane Archives emojis and heart emojis at Dink Buster. Dink Buster,
Dude.
that's what I call them.
Dank Buster. And then
That's what it is now.
the music. Oh,
Yeah, you're
and
amazing,
the
Brandon.
correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but the in sound design, like the water and the effects and stuff, that was also done by Brandon. Correct?
Yeah.
That was also done by Brandon.
That's all.
Fits so amazingly. It looks beautiful. It's awesome. And all of the music was actually produced in-house by Jeremy. Full, he composed the thing beginning to end. That was, if you saw in one of our, I think it was Instagram, we actually posted a teaser of him editing it. So that was what we were working on.
That wasn't a
way back.
time lapse, that's how fast I move.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Speed.
But
You did a lot of speed.
I don't even know what to say. Every time I watch it, I'm blown away that that's our product.
Yeah, that we
Yeah,
did that.
That's cool.
I like it because I even showed it to people at work, and they were like, "Wait, this is like you guys like produce the music?" And I was like, "Yeah, like this is all from our team. It's awesome."
Can't
was
sue us with
I made
copyright.
everything.
hmm
Everything was my creation.
Look at my brain. Enjoy it.
Very deep.
Well, good job, guys. That was
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic
Yes.
work.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
fucking
Claps
Yeah.
for Patrick.
Brandon, Jeremy. Yeah.
Amazing.
Big claps. That was cool.
Holy shit.
And
taste of what's to come.
exactly, we actually have a movie coming out. No merch, but movie.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Movies emerged.
No
Picture.
merch, but we
we
got the
just
movie.
broke even on our
Yeah.
blockbuster movie, and we didn't have any left over for buttons.
Tom Hanks is the main guy.
Well, we had to
Hanks
get
is
his
the only
brother,
guy.
Tim Honks, but same.
Tim Holmes.
He's actually got a brother who does all the voice acting for him.
Yeah, I think he
It's
does all the
actually-
Woody
it's-
dolls.
It's Tim
Yeah, he
Honks,
does.
but then they like voice over with Tom Hanks. It's
Why
like
is
when they
his
did
name
with Darth
completely
Maul.
different? Tom
Oh.
Hanks' brother, Tim Honks.
Oh,
All right, so we're gonna go to break. I already need a break. But
You missed us.
what is that?
Jim Haas.
Curlson Ware. Thank you for the follow. I believe I pronounced that right. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. We are
Yeah.
back from a 2-week hiatus. Well, this is our 3rd week technically.
Do that one.
We took 2 weeks off. This is our 3rd week. Blah. We're here. We're back. We're ready and able. But that intro video, one, I think maybe we should make that our YouTube front too, so when people get there, they can see that.
Yeah, we'll have it in the intro video, and then one of the next projects. It's not a spoiler, but it is the outro video, also rendered in Unreal by Brandon Dank Budbaker. And I'm doing the music as well. That one was pushed off to the side because we were really excited about this intro video. So that'll just be on YouTube, and we'll give announcements as it's kind of wrapping up.
All right. But that video will serve as a purpose to kind of give us a segue in between our announcements, our intros, our hellos, everything, and then segue straight into the episode. But is there any other announcements or anything anybody would like to say before we run it one more time and hop into this week's session?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well then, without further ado, let's hop into this week's episode, or this week's chapter of the Arcane Archives.
Okay.
Okay. So,
It's so fun.
throwing my phone down.
in the last chapter of the Arcane Archives, the party was on the search for the temple dedicated to Berser, a artifact that Ecclesius has been looking for, tasked by his master to find for him. After a far journey north through the mountain range, the party eventually bunked down for the night to wait for morning to find the temple itself. After waiting for the sunrise and the sun guiding their way, they eventually found a small, run-down and decrepit temple in the middle of the valley. After investigating the temple, the party conquered a puzzle to open a hidden door where Ecclesius found his quarry, the Ring of Berser. The room also depicted art on the walls of two armies composed of dragons and mages warring with each other. one side laced with chromatic paintings and carvings, and the other inlaid with metallic colors. Converging in the center was showing one side seeming to triumph over the other, led by a mage and a dragon of some sort. After leaving, the party decided to take the long way home to Celeria to deliver the Ring of Bursa to Ecclesias's master, and to potentially follow up on a lead that Brick informed them of to pursue the Goliath that killed Sven the Kind. We pick up an Ennead, or 9 days from where we left off. 9 days into your travel. It is late night, as you are all gathered around a roaring fire, trying to stay warm for the night. Each wind blast that passes down the mountain chills you to the bone even more than the last. Those of you from northern lands even start to feel a bit of a chill yourself with the wind that is whipping through the valley. As you're all sat around this fairly large fire, what would you all like to do?
Did you guys see how well I started that fire?
Yeah, it's really coming along.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well this time. I'm
There are
getting
less
better at it.
veins in your head when you do the thing.
Yeah.
Did one of you take my spark?
I'm sorry.
I only have this
No, I
wooden
do not.
one that you gave me.
I don't have anything.
I will take it. Don't ever do that again.
It, no, you are right. Then my tail comes up. I told you it was a bad idea. It makes him very fussy.
I'm like cleaning it off like a little baby.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Are you gonna ask it?
Go,
I came
yeah, go
across
on.
a word some time ago. The word is vigilante. What does that mean?
From what I know, it means like you want to stop all the crime, but you don't have authority to do it.
That's how I know it too.
That is
Pretty
what
good.
I thought. What is the difference between us and vigilantes?
We get paid? Sometimes.
Also, we could also be the guys that caused the crime.
But
That is
I
true.
mean,
We might not be vigilantes. We could be the criminal. Is that your point,
I
Ulrich?
think like
that is
back, yeah, like we were taking out the guards and stuff. So,
Well,
you know,
Were they
Like in
really
that
guards
compound.
though?
to be,
Like,
yeah, that's what. To be fair, that though.
I mean, I didn't ask before I killed him, but
even in forgetting what is behind us, because it is behind us, I am also thinking of ahead. You must always see where
Who's
you
that?
are going. And that is a Furbolg proverb.
From the Book of Alar.
From the Book of Alar.
Well,
With the Goliath, would that not be vigilante?
I see it more as revenge.
it is definitely revenge. We don't know if he's
Yeah,
committed
We're
crimes or
not.
not.
We're not here to stop all crimes. I could care less if somebody stole something, or as long as it's not from one of us.
Oh, you say that out loud? Your guy can hear you.
yeah, I was wondering
I-
about that.
I protect from chaotic evil. And
Revenge
sometimes
is still vigilante.
This is this chaotic evil.
it's
Hey.
hard. It's really hard if
I'm
kind of
going
like
to
a moral
pressure you.
rule.
I say, I
If-
will pressure you to break the fourth wall again.
Considering.
Where is the wall? Where are the walls? I want them
3
right
hours
now.
later. We are the
Mine-
party of derailing and digression.
I can.
And there's
Like
our team name.
Right. Like I told you before,
Derail and
I can,
digress.
I
D&D.
can detect. I'm gonna stop talking in a minute.
Sorry, Kate.
I know. You guys are all rude.
what we were talking about.
Did I miss
But-
something?
I've been talking.
Yeah. Cthulhu is talking, and Eddie and Jeremy.
Cthulhu goes in the corner and just starts pouting. Just like, fuck you guys.
But in the real world in D&D, you just were like up, eat, up, fuck it.
No, okay. Okay.
Just get closer to your mic.
Cthulhu,
I'm sorry.
continue.
Okay, like I was saying, I have an innate ability to kind of morally read people pretty quickly. I can see if people are naturally good or inherently evil. Everyone here is very strong-willed in the generally good department. I mean, sometimes we make mistakes, everybody does, but my god is somebody who does not like people that are chaotic or are evil. People trying to harm others. So, for your vigilante question, no, I do not feel like I am a vigilante. I honestly feel like I am doing what my god has said to. I don't know a lot. I've only practiced for a little while now.
Well,
Does that put you on a crusade?
I guess more or less, but I also am trying to spread the word. I don't really care for other people's religions, just as like you would, and I do not hate you or dislike you for having a different god than me. Everyone
do
has their
want
own
you-
decisions.
To think of one thing though, just because your patron tells you to, or gives you guidance on something, it does not mean that is inherently correct.
there's
So the way someone is living their life, that's just how their life is going. You can't be judge, jury, and executioner to someone else.
And I don't kill everyone. If I killed everyone that was chaotically or is evil, then I'd have a lot more blood on my hands. A lot more.
I think
Personally, I've only done stuff around you guys, not a lot of other stuff.
I think we're getting a little away from the point. Cthulhu, you say that you do what you think is right, and sometimes what someone thinks is right might be against a law, a belief,
Oh.
and then therefore you would maybe be a vigilante because even though you think it's right, you're breaking the law, and therefore maybe the law is wrong, but you're still breaking it. And I think
Yeah.
that's where kind of vigilante comes in. But I know that I'll kind of look around to I know that we all want to bring justice to what happened to Sven, but does anybody else have a level of concern for what's kind of the bigger picture that may be going on here? The fact that there are multiple criminal collectives working together that seem to have some sort of motive to disrupt peace between nations.
And we
Yeah.
are about to try to join them undercover.
I was
I don't think-
actually, you know, just between what Alar and Cthulhu has said, it has raised some questions in my mind. Are we actually considering joining a criminal organization just so we can infiltrate and kill one of these members?
I don't
May
know.
I give my opinion?
Please, Ecclesiastes.
Go ahead.
I figured I'll get mine out of the way considering I'm new to the group. But I think that you, and now me included, should tread lightly if we are to become that which we hate in order to kill which we hate. It's a very tricky road, a fine line to walk. Because in order to blend in, what do you think you'll have to do in order to blend in?
We might have to work
Exactly.
under the guy we very much oppose.
And that's what Brick even mentioned, is that it got to a point where they had him doing things that he didn't agree with. And
He also.
that might just be something that if we go that route, we might encounter. And then it comes to the fact, do we go ahead and do it to keep our cover, or what then?
But think of this. If we go in there and we see where he is at. But we could take down the whole operation at the same time. If it is such a bad thing to have all of these groups, these terrible criminal groups working together, we could essentially take them out from the inside.
And I kind of had that thought too, which is why I brought it up, that maybe if we do go this route, that we don't do it just for our own personal gain and getting what we want from that Goliath, but also take advantage of the opportunity we might have to do something bigger.
I do want to point out one other thing that Brick said is you don't get out of these types of organizations
And
if
thinking
we
about
were
that too.
to, let's say by chance we were to fail in taking down probably what is the largest criminal organization as a collective in the world, you know, then we have to live like Brick for the rest of our lives. Constantly on the
think so.
run, constantly hiding.
Well, if we take them down, then we have nothing to worry about.
It's a big task.
Aylar, I'm curious as
Oh,
to
of
how
course.
your people would see this.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
That is the problem that I am, well, for me, our people, we typically evade until we cannot anymore. And I do not think that is the proper course of action. In this case, it is clear that from the government's point of view, that they need to be more proactive. From us, I'm inclined to at least not to join. I am inclined to even run away, but about joining the group, the Bureau. I know why I left my clan. And joining the Bureau, I know exactly what will happen to me. And it is exactly the opposite of what I wanted to become when I left my clan. I am not, or rather I am inclined to violence, and I am trying to step away from that. Going into the Bureau would be against that. And as much as I hate to walk away, that is what I'm inclined to do. I think in between working with the government, working with someone that has been bestowed the right to justice, whatever that means, because that's a whole other discussion. I think that is my preferred path. This is reckless to just go about it without what we think. Who are we to say? I know, Cthulhu, you say you hear from your god what is right and wrong, but how often do you hear from your god?
Not as often as I'd like, but as a man of faith, if anyone else here believes in certain things, you know that gods don't talk to you a lot. They can't, I mean, they have millions of people to deal with.
That is the sole basis of faith.
I am a ye pebble.
But before we go down the never-ending rabbit hole of theology, Aylar, I agree with you, but in a different way. And I've come to think over these past Iliad, what will you all do with me? How far will I have to go to have us even?
What do you mean, even?
Originally, I was your contact in Soleria. Then we agreed that if I would help you find the person that killed your friend, you would in turn help me find what I have now. But how far does this go? Will
Oh,
I
you're
be
stuck, bud.
well, all jokes aside, my people don't like a leash.
I
Could
don't.
I offer
It's
up
very
something
long.
real quick?
Fairly
See ya.
long.
Um,
It's
so
retractable. Like, you can do whatever you want.
up
For
to 100 feet.
Yeah.
Um,
Kid on a leash at
If-
Disney World.
if I could just kind of toss this out there, what if this was Chester's plan all along? He just knew we were adventure hungry, and he just wanted us to infiltrate for him.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Urden, because after listening to Alar, I was thinking of Chester, that maybe going through him might be a way to keep us from the, from falling into what we are afraid of as becoming part of the Bureau. And that maybe if we talk to Chester and go through him first, that maybe it might feel a little better.
Maybe
But-
if we can get some assured diplomatic immunity on the table.
But
Ooh.
that means we are backtracking. We are very far.
I think June might have a point. How would you prove yours and now by accomplish my innocence? How will we convince him if he finds out that the very people he sent out to destroy the Bureau are now a part of it?
I was gonna say that as well. We need
We
to.
can
We need to
send
talk to
message back.
Jester.
Well, with any sort of organization, they leave paper trails, or they have, what they call the snitch type. They also, they have things that are very intimidating. I'm sure they have countless warehouses of mountains of drugs, and they don't use it all in one sitting.
I have to press my question again. I do not mean to retract our attention to me. But as far as me helping you with the Bureau, now that you've helped me acquire what I was here for, and now that we've uncovered the mystery inside the Temple of Bursa, I am wondering how far you need me to go with you.
Ecclesias, all joking aside, you are free to go or stay as you please. See ya.
I was adding on to that. Yeah, you've done what you said you could do for us. You filled out your metaphorical contract, I guess. We got the information.
No, he
Granted.
has much more honor than this. He wants to fulfill his end.
Well-
It's Ecclesias.
For the
If
I
I
say we
may.
give him one. We give him an end. The end, as soon as the Goliath falls. That is the contract.
Well, that's
Do you
only
all
if
disagree?
Ecclesias is okay with that. At the same time, initially, our deal with you, Ecclesias, was that you would take us to the contact that would lead us to the Goliath
Information.
and
This
information.
is right.
And you've done that, and therefore I'll kind of look around at everybody again. I think at this point it would be up to you if you want to join us, because we would really love to have you.
That does
I-
warm
I
my
agree with
heart to hear.
And June put it way better than I did, that's for sure.
I kind of
to-
like tap Uridan on the shoulder.
Ecclesias, if you don't mind, do you feel like you haven't completed your end of the deal?
This is difficult for me to answer. There was, if you remember, in Merk Meadow, there was someone with the bureau member which we slain, and he was bearing the symbol of my assembly. So there have been doubts sprouting in my head, but ever since I had Master Valos contact me before we found the Temple of Berser, I think what my heart tells me is to stay with you. I don't know where this journey will lead us. I just know that I want to see where this goes. And if I can help you avenge your fallen friend, well, then that will make me feel as if I've had a life well served.
Well, there you go. The leash is very long.
Ecclesias,
Seriously, this
can
no, he's just joking.
I wasn't gonna make accusations. I was just gonna kind of talk to you about it. But I've been thinking that since we found out that there are 4, like I think what Rick told us was that there was a collection of 3 groups. That one was the Bureau, one was the Black Chalice, and the third one he did not know. After seeing someone from your assembly with someone from the Bureau, I have to ask, do you think that your assembly would associate themselves with other collectives like that?
Well, I am of the assembly, and here I am with you all. So I think that's your answer. That's why these doubts have been sprouting inside of my head. Not before, but definitely now.
How long have you been with the assembly?
For 4 years. But as I started with my journey out west, I mostly would be a tag-along to take down notes and records.
Sorry.
Did you ever work with the Bureau before that you know of? Anything in your notes? Now thinking about it, yeah. I mean, how long have your people worked with the Bureau?
This I don't know. It was a surprise to me to find them and a broken leg. A surprise, be sure.
I have a quick question. How far would your assembly be willing to go to get a valued item?
I don't understand the question. They have traveled far and wide over the oceans to the islands over the west. And
I don't
as
think he means distance. He means
Yes, not distance. How
Would you make a
Morally.
deal with the
Integrity.
devil?
would you make a deal with the devil? Would
Georgia.
you steal an item from a official if need be, or
Would you murder somebody for it and steal it? Not you personally, but
the assembly? How do you feel? What do you think the morals of your assembly would say to these types of things?
this is the way that you phrase the question. I understand it now, but I feel offended. I am not by you, but this is difficult for me to process, and even over this past Iliad, I have not come to a conclusion. But
I don't mean to offend.
I know that it's not your intention to offend. It's offensive to me to hear these questions, because this means that you doubt the esoteric assembly, which means that this is not necessarily the first group of people to have thought that. And it also begs the question of how naive I may have been, or how susceptible I am to your all subjective opinion.
Well, as far as us not understanding it, it is esoteric.
I think
It's
that
not his
Oh, we
first
sh-
language, but understands the deep meaning of words.
yeah.
That's
Are
what
we
I was
sure we can do we really need Ayla? Like, we've been over this. I'm equally as strong. He's kind of just a big body at this point.
I think that we're getting ahead we're getting ahead of ourselves, and I didn't mean to offend you, Ecclesias. It was on my mind, and I felt like I would be doing an injustice if I didn't ask. However, we have no proof. We have no reason to think one way or the other. It was just an observation
No,
and
it was a good.
something
it
to
was good.
keep in mind. I don't think that we need to go ahead and make assumptions of anything right now. I think that we don't have enough to go off of, but this is just something to remember and kind of, keep in mind as we move forward.
This is true. When you were all deciding on what the difference between you and I and Vigilante, and there were things when we traveled to Therendwell that I saw that I did not necessarily agree with, but I was new, and I knew nothing. So I think your question is yes, they would blur the line between morality and vigilante.
I see.
And I would like to
will,
think that I'm that way too.
I would like to point out if you need convincing to stay with us, and we will be continuing to pursue the Black Chalice, the other ones, the Bureau, and the third one whose name we don't know.
Whole syndicate.
The
Pulse
Pulse
Syndicate.
Syndicate is the
No, it's all
collection.
three. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna be chasing that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
We'll call them the Blue Wizards because I've
one
quite
of
forgotten
them-
their name.
One of them acquires items, so maybe we'll be able to help you find items for the Esoteric Assembly. Maybe some great swords of +1 variety.
They are missing his sword.
And if
Oh.
you need
Speaking
any
of-
more,
Let me fix this sword. I need to. I just thought of this. Isn't your sword all fucked up? Don't you need me to fix it?
No, it's gone.
I don't remember exactly how screwed up it was, but it was.
I think it's gone.
Well, you know how like
The
a
great
sword is like
a
this?
long sword.
Well, yeah, yours goes like this.
Okay.
Could I fix it?
It's almost a
with like
rapier.
a hot fire and like
with,
just
with the great
With
big
a
fire in front
forge,
of us.
probably. I mean, you could stick it in the fire, but I doubt a fire would get hot enough to
Okay.
get a sword
Speaking
red
of
hot.
fire, I'm gonna get up and like rekindle the fire and build that up a little bit more.
I'm gonna grab my 2x4 and start like cutting away at it.
We're just gonna take away all trees, so this 2x4.
No. My 2x4.
I have a perfectly 2x4. Well, it's
it's
actually
not,
not
okay.
exactly 2x4.
a crude 2x4.
I'm going to get up and go help Ecclesius. And as we're like a little bit further away collecting wood and all that, I'm just gonna say, well, if you need any more convincing to stay with us, I do have Duo here, and I'll pull out my fox and.
You pull out your
I pull
fox?
Oh yeah, I'm imagining he's kind of sitting on my shoulder.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
pull out, like he's
Alright.
gonna like crawl.
I just
down.
want. I was interested in the description. I just.
Yep. Yeah.
got Duo.
Here's a fox. I mean, I could just kind of snap my fingers, but no,
little
yeah, I'll
degrading.
pull him down and kind of hold him out to you to like pet. Yeah, he's just.
And I'll pet it while giving it a very firm "I am king" eyes.
I don't know what the fox. I don't know what the fox says. So just ring ding
Bark.
ding 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, you stop.
I just got that.
And then I'll just go sit back down.
And Duo kind of hops up on a stump. On a hickory stump. It says, "Boy, let me tell you what." Hops up on a stump next to you all and is just kind of like sitting there, looking around the group.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told anybody, but his name is Duo.
That's cute.
Duo.
Duo. Because of his two tails.
Is the
Walks in a circle and kind of surrounds himself with the two tails. And lays
Creative.
down.
Creative.
Not in your voice at all, just creative. I like it. Alright.
As I'm positioning like the wood logs to just in the fire, I'll address the group.
So, now that we are traveling this way, And we've sort of decided that, or we were discussing about joining the Bureau or not. What do you all think our next move should be?
I think we need to talk to Chester.
But
I
isn't
agree.
that going the wrong way?
We need to.
We're
No,
already
we're
on our way
to
back to
Solaria.
Solaria.
I knew that.
We-
What are you guys
I was
talking
gonna say,
about?
where did you think we were going, Uridin?
There
We've
is
been
a
walking
stable we
for
can
over
purchase
9 days.
horses.
I was walking backwards this whole time. Why didn't you correct me?
You're the one that's
There's
supposed to have a good sense of
wolves
direction.
in these woods.
I also agree though. We should really talk to Chester. I mean, I really struggle to say that. He's.
Hey, maybe Sven is back, and then Ecclesias could go home.
I was gonna say I want to check on the process with Sven.
Actually, that is a very fair point.
Yeah, when we
I'm
get
not
there, one of the
inclined. Well, I'm not inclined with magic, but learning more about the magic that killed Sven, killed Lord Nudal, that would be.
Oh, man.
interesting. And
I would
could
like
be
I would
to-
like to be
something
young
off of
again
our
too.
depth.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Suggested.
We have to
Ecclesias,
get-
when you meet Sven, oh, I can't wait to hear you guys talk at the same time.
I really want to stress that from what I was informed by Chester and your friend Sven, you all seem very optimistic.
I'm
Hey,
unfortunately
maybe
not
his,
optimistic.
Me neither, but I was gonna say, Alar, that I would like to learn more about, the magic, if they have any information about that with you.
That's what that'd be cool.
Well, if we went back
I
to
will-
Solaria, there is a stable we can buy horses and potentially expedite our travel.
I think we already tried that.
Didn't we? Yeah, you were with us, and they kind of got mad at us because we were like 6-7 days, but they might die, and like.
Right, but if we just outright buy the horses, they'll be ours.
I don't have
Yeah.
the gold for that, do you?
I don't like
Ecclesias, how much
Yeah.
does this cost, or how
All
much
of
is
your-
this worth?
All
I
of your
hold up, like,
optimism is
electro.
very strangely placed.
I never
Hold
claimed to be
on.
the
Would you
optimistic
say?
one.
Would you say? Cthulhu? Sorry.
I look at Ecclesias as they're all talking. How much is this worth? And I pull out one of the electrum, and like I kind of like wave it a little bit, not like just trying to figure out. And then it's like shaped in a moon, so yeah, just like playing with it.
Well, the electrum, it depends on where you go. There's a 14 ratio of exchanging from gold to silver, wherever you go. But what always remains high and sought after is its ability to purchase magical items from the Esoteric Assembly, and perhaps
So-
other guilds. But it's an exclusive currency to purchase weapons of high power.
How much electrum for something powerful?
You have been into a store. It can range greatly.
Oh yeah, I
From
know that.
thousands to hundreds of thousands to the simple dozen. It depends on what you wanted to do and
So
how rare the item
15.
is. 15, I think that can get you a quill that can be invisible ink. DM, right? It's a pretty good
15
price.
electrum for a quill with invisible ink.
With other properties, that would be less fun to sing.
But after 1d4 hours, it fades away unless the recipient of the message reads it.
What's the cost of shipping and handling?
This is
15
not a conversation I want to have.
15 electrum would be very expensive for an item like that.
Oh, I can get even more.
What you can get more of what?
No, I mean, God just said, Fortis is weird sometimes.
Your God wants you to buy him things.
Don't
my
all
God wants
gods?
My God wants me to buy me things.
So
No,
Fultis will advise you on.
I
like,
swear to God, if we're
store
gonna go down
stuff,
this.
You
and
swear to
then
Fultus,
he won't
that's one
advise you on
strike.
good or evil. Okay.
For pricing, Ecclesias, not that you know every pricing, but
Right.
you would know. This is this much. You would know that based on the power of the item, it doesn't really scale. It more like directly scale, like like a common item or something like that. It's like 5,000. Uncommon is 10,000. It's pretty exponential with the power. So small things might be cheap, but then you get up to other things and they could. Yeah. So.
That's what I'll say. I'll end it. I'll say the exact same things and then exponential.
Okay, I'm just kind of curious. And back.
I understand. I relate. The cat.
Back to carving.
I'd say says the cat.
Well, do you all agree about going back to Solaria? I was just curious, as you were all talking as if Sven would be there waiting for you to say the things he would say. Never met.
I mean, metaphorically, he is waiting for us, but just not consciously.
I will probably be the only one who remains optimistic that I think his patron or patrons, they graced him and he will be back.
You're not the only one, alright, interest me.
These are good thoughts and prayers to have. And in regards to going back to Solaria, I too have selfish reasons to go. I do have to drop off this ring. That's why I asked when my contract would be over and I was free to leave. But if we are all going where we need to go, then let's go.
Indeed.
Okay. So we shall
Let's
go,
go
right
as
to
you
bed.
sit next to the fire.
Alrighty.
It's nighttime.
So, as you all begin to wind down, Alar in charge of the fire as usual to make sure it is actually staying pretty roaring throughout the night. As all of you lay your head, except for Ecclesius, as you all lay your head, you feel very quickly taken away with sleep. Sometime after the darkness of your sleep has taken you, you're startled, all of you are startled awake by the sound of fluttering wings. As you all look around, you see just yourself, no party members, in a frozen tundra, devoid of any landmarks or vegetation. As you sit in this frozen tundra, as you see your breath in front of you and your hands grow frozen as they're sitting in the snow.
I recognize this, don't I?
Similar, yes. You feel a June, yours is a little different. You're more just feeling these emotions, but everybody visualizes these thoughts as you get a sweep of emotions and memories of Sven the Kind. You all remember his funeral and the sense of loss. You replay as if there again the moments of his death. As you all savor his memory, as you relive the moments you each had with him, in an instant, you all feel cold. As you all look around, your vision quickly fades to darkness with a flurry of black birds soaring down on you. As your vision goes black again, you fall back into your slumber. Ecclesius, as your rest takes you, you begin to get a overwhelming feeling of vengeance, sorrow, as if you get the feeling as if you missed a family member or a long lost loved one. No dreams take your sleep that night, but you're riled with emotion throughout. As you all wake up, the fire dwindling down as a bitter, brisk breeze blows down through the alleyway, or through the valley. As you all wake up and you look around as if you all had the same terrifying dream, what would you all like to do?
I instantly go down and pray. And it's specifically, told us, is Sven gone? he there? I need you right now. Just tell me. Don't let my mistakes be his fault. Don't let my mistakes be the reason he's gone.
As you're saying this prayer, even almost as if before you can finish it, this breeze takes you and hits you in the back and almost steals the breath out of your chest, making it even hard to finish your prayer.
I just press through it and wait.
You do not get any direct reply.
I just get up, then kind of like wipe a smile on my face and just get up.
I'm just gonna sit in my bedroll a little bit longer and cuddle duo.
Okay.
Erden is getting up real hastily, kind of packing up his things with like like a angry teen throwing clothes into a backpack. And but he's pretty silent. Yeah, exactly. And
Are you in
he'll
my
look
tent
around.
again?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd probably keep going in there. And
What was Ven's god?
The Undying Court.
10 XP.
nailed it.
I was gonna say, I was really like everyone was silent. I was like, "You love him, huh?"
Well, I was eating.
What was his last
Sorry.
name, guys? Hey, what was his last name?
The kind.
The kind.
And
I
then,
thought it was Sven Svensson.
Sven had no
See,
last name.
somebody knew it.
Nope.
as Judy said that, I'd kind of turn around my little piece of wood that I've been working on, and it has like the Undying Court symbol with all the notches, the 12 notches in it.
What is that? He was a cleric of. What was he a cleric of? He could heal us.
Would I know what the domain of his god would be? Or gods be?
Well, he specifically told you it was not one god, but go ahead and make a religion check.
I know it. I think it's the death domain.
It's or not death, but yeah.
He would
Wait,
say
while that's
very
going on,
weird things like it is not your time, as if like he knew when I was going to die, but he wouldn't tell me, as if he didn't know. It was very strange.
14, you would know. You know that there's more than just these two, but you know that one is knowledge and the other is life.
His gods were life and knowledge. I know there's more, but can't remember them.
I think you were meaning domains, weren't you?
Domains, yes.
I want to check on Uridin.
Okay.
I'm gonna go off and do
Angsty
my
teen.
morning prayer.
Okay. As Alar goes off to do his prayer, and you walk over as Uridin is, grabbing his backpack and, just throwing his, New Balances in there and
Come on, they're Vans.
his Vans that he's had for 6 years.
And I won't ever replace them.
I want you to know Vans are very reliable, actually. I mean, sometimes, but
This episode.
Let's
First
let
off,
this
very
let this
huge.
conversation happen.
Yeah, keep going.
I want to get sponsored.
Okay.
By shoes.
But
Yeah, so if
I,
any 20 of you are, in with Vans, hit us up.
I try and do something nice, damn it. I walk up kind of like behind Uridin and telepathically, I just say, like telepathically as I put my hand on his shoulder to kind of like turn you around towards me. Everybody grieves differently, and then I give Uridin a hug. And then I let him continue his angry packing.
You would see Erden like as like he would hear you creep into his brain. He'd look up
Creep.
and then be like, look around, and then he would feel you. And then, as you like, you would like go to walk away, just out loud. I don't believe it.
I'll kind of stop walking, and a lot of times we don't want to believe things that we don't want to be true. But sometimes you just feel it. And you can't ignore it. You have to feel it, and you have to go through it and get past it.
I don't believe it.
Everybody grieves differently.
At this point, I'll probably lay up from my bedroll finally, and then just very slowly start taking down my my two-person tent. That fits conveniently in my bag of holding. But I'm pretty quiet, and my tail's definitely not up and swaying. It's just kind of dragging behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, around this time I'd start crawling out of my bedroll and rolling it up, packing up, and
Duo tries to help you. He more or
Yeah.
less rolls in the snow.
But I ain't got
More or less, he rolls in the
just
snow.
gonna
Like
gonna
you're
pat
rolling
him
it
a little
up,
bit.
and he like rolls over it, and then rolls in the snow, and then he like runs into the side of it, and then like rolls over in the snow, thinking that he's rolling it up.
Unlike other mornings, I'm not really like playing with him as he's helping me pack. Just kind of give him a couple soft pets and continue rolling.
Before I walk away from Urden, I just say, I will go with you to, his clergy, and we can go from there. But you don't have to do any of this alone,
Yeah, thank you.
No, I go pack my stuff up, but not angry teenager like.
I'm just picturing you like.
Just make a sandwich. But I'm gonna put the after I drop the tent into my bag of holding. I'll kind of go to where we had the perimeter of the bonfire, assuming it's like smoldering or everybody's still smoke. And staring into it, I'll say out loud.
Last night I had a dream, and that dream in short filled me with the largest heartache I've felt in a long time. I think that I will follow this group for as long as you'll have me.
Well, Ecclesias.
So, no deadline. Does you gotta be just one of us?
He's
No.
fine with the leash.
Zio.
For
I
I had
think
a
that-
dream.
No, go ahead.
I had a dream, and upon waking, I felt like I had met, knew, and felt the loss of Sven. And after that feeling cascaded over a rocky terrain of vengeance. And if I can help you get it, I also want it.
Welcome to the club, Corporal.
My hood, I pictured cinematically, my hood is like up, but then when I turn, you just see like Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith, but it's a smile and not crazy eyes.
Why couldn't he just smile? He would have been happier. Whole new movie.
After hearing Ecclesias kind of have his revelation, but then hearing that Sven is gone, Erden shakes his head and starts to head towards the direction we're traveling.
Alrighty. So as you all pack your belongings, June taking the longest because she's very not angsty. You all
I didn't say it
proceed.
with flow.
You all proceed to head out, and an odd. What's the word I'm looking for? An odd visual effect falls over, for the most part, all of you, as this valley that you are walking through on the bottom part of the mountains, you notice, you look around, and after about an hour, there's no trees that you see. There's the mountains, but nothing in the distance catches your eye of any sort of vegetation. But almost like a mirage, as something appears about to the center of the valley itself, as you all together notice now that there is a what looks to be a type of forge.
I will.
Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
I do.
Does the forge look familiar to me?
It looks like a forge.
Does
It
look
doesn't.
like it's been worked in, or like recently.
From this distance, because you guys are probably about a half a mile away, it's hard to tell.
So it's like basically like a forge in the middle of a valley with nothing else around it.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it
I'm
just the
immediately-
forge?
It's just
Or
the forge.
like
Well, there's
a
a home
building.
attached to it, or
Okay.
at least
Oh,
a building
okay.
attached to it. You guys all have this, kind of like when you wake up in the morning, then you rub your eyes and you can see that the shadow demons aren't in your room. There was this similar effect. You all are kind of, blurry-eyed, then you all wipe your eyes, and then
You're saying there's no
Forge.
trees.
The shadow demons aren't in your room.
So hang on. Are there no trees at all? Or are there no trees in this spot, and then we see there's a forge?
there's no trees around you that you can see.
So it's literally just a building and a forge. There's
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
I'm curious, but let's be cautious because this is
Onward.
odd. All right.
It is odd, but I hope when we get closer, hopefully I can tell if it's been used recently or not.
Yeah, I want to do like an arcana check when we get a little closer.
Very well.
I place my mask in my hood and I wrap my tail.
Okay.
I shield out, sword still
Trust
holstered.
this forge.
Very well. By the way, just want to make a point.
Sorry.
Just want to make a
Oh,
point that about a half a mile away right now.
That was pretty far.
I'm glad I didn't give you horses, because Zio would have just been like, ha! And this is why you guys don't have horses, because now you can't charge.
This is why God wouldn't let us have.
Now
horses.
you can't charge. But
I pull
anyway,
a nightmare out of my bag of holding.
so as you all band together into a small huddle, as you all proceed forward, as you get closer, Cthulhu, another bitter brisk breeze blows through the valley, and you find it strikingly odd that a forge would be out here, and you kind of begin to question if a forge could even be lit in these temperatures.
Is it lit?
No.
Oh.
This is odd.
Like I said.
Forges can't operate like this. I'm not used to the cold, but I know damn well it needs to be pretty hot.
So,
Are you saying that it's strange that this building itself is here?
It's improbable for a forge to be lit out here in the
I
cold.
have my shield and javelin out,
Okay.
and you can check the notes of what I sent to you.
My parents were smiths. You can certainly try to. You can certainly light a fire. It's difficult. Perhaps you have to do it indoors more, out of the way of the wind. But
Even having it, but I mean, you obviously are used to the cold. You should, as you should know. Did you work in it when you were younger? No.
no, I have no idea how they did what they did, but it was wonderful.
But you.
that's what she
Just
said.
a quick question, DM.
Yeah.
Would you mind showing us where we're at on the map?
Yeah.
We in some like mountains
Like a
or?
quick circle. And
Where
we'll
is
be
this
good.
creepy forge?
Where's the ghost forge?
Why do I have to log in?
Show
Wait,
me
you
maps.
telling me the DM wasn't logged in?
Just wondering, like, where we're at geographically.
Come on, like, Jesus. Bejesus.
Jesus.
Now I gotta... Hey, folks, this is why you come prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, won't let you log in.
No, I logged in, but I was like, now that you logged in, we're gonna let you join after 20 seconds.
Oh.
Give us money.
I'm in the middle of a show.
Give us money.
Let me get
God.
rid
It
of
looks
all
like you're
this.
streaming. Would you like to upgrade so you don't have to fucking wait, bro?
Actually, not to offend you, I'm not gonna
Do we
show
get
you where you
upgrade?
are, because you don't have a
What?
map.
That is fair.
Okay.
Rude
So
boy.
then,
Is
my
it somewhere
question
within
is,
this?
are we?
You
going
are
through
above the
mountains
mountain
right
range.
now?
You are walking around a mountain range.
Okay.
I know, because we got to pick like the path, and that's the one that we took, right?
Yes.
Somewhere in the vicinity of this square.
But as I was saying, Ayla, there is
You are not helpful.
very little chance a forge could be functional out here. It would take some.
Who would it serve? Like, why? Why out in the middle of nowhere
does
like
it
this?
does it look like it's like a? I don't know if Cthulhu would know this, but I don't know if forges have like certain forges look like they're a weapon making shield like kind of forge.
From this
making.
distance, it's hard to tell anything about it.
I
Are we really gonna check out a forge? Can we
Just so you
move on
know,
and just look
for
through the
reference, I put the path you were taking. I'm not going to tell you where on that path you
Okay.
are.
That's what I
Okay.
wanted to know. Thank you.
We shouldn't check it out, but you never know.
That's someone's home. Just leave them alone. Let's get to Solaria.
It's a weird home in the middle of nowhere.
TM, I have a
I feel
question.
like the
Yes,
patron of that home
Jeremy.
be offended.
Does Ecclesias know of how certain magical items are made, or do I just know of magical items?
I would
Like, or would I know,
assume,
like,
yeah, I would assume that you would definitely know at least the comings and goings of how they're prepared. Obviously, every item you would know is a little different, but
Doesn't your assembly make magical items as well?
the long and the short, yes. What's your question?
my question is, when we get, well, how far are we from it now? We've been moving forward.
Quarter mile.
When we get closer, I want to examine and see if I noticed any like apparatuses or something that would indicate it could be like not a magical forge, but something that might need other means of persuasion to ignite. Not your
Okay.
traditional.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
fire
In
cloud
those
tinder.
regards, yes, you would probably know like certain tools used, stuff like that. So when we get closer, you can. Are you all proceeding forward or anything while you're at this distance?
I am going to proceed forward, and I want to look around. So it's like the forge, and then there's like a little building attached to it.
Yeah,
but there's
just
nothing else.
similarly like to Merc Meadow Springs, where the forge had a home attached to it.
Okay.
Similar like that. A lot of places that you would see would probably be similar to that, because you would know the smith would probably live next to his forge.
I just want to do an Arcana check when I get close enough.
Okay.
I'm also holding detect good, or not detect good and evil, but my channel divinity, or not channel divinity, but where is it? Fuck, it was right here, and then it's not. Okay, yeah, divine scent, good, evil, anything celestial, undead within 60 feet. When we get within like a good distance, like 30 feet of it, so it can wrap it around the building.
Okay. So as you all get closer. You're about 60 feet away. To get the entire building, you'd have to be like under like the awning where the forge is. I don't know if you all want to proceed that far in. I'm not gonna push you in.
Is there anything around?
You
If I
also
don't see anything.
you
I
also
will
notice there is no
do that.
footsteps or pathways leading to or from it in the snow.
It's a dead forge.
What time
Does-
of day is it?
like that.
Noonish.
Would since we're closer now, can I see if it's been used recently, or does that still need to be closed?
You'd have to be like in the forge to tell.
I can do that. I'm gonna walk a little bit closer.
Okay. So is everybody moving up then? So everybody can
yeah.
make their checks? Okay.
I'm gonna keep right next to Cthulhu.
Okay. We're gonna start with June because yours would be a little bit more perceptive. Make an Arcana check just to look around the area.
I'm gonna try to like speed it up, so I'll do what I can from a distance.
19.
Alrighty. Looking around, you see markings. They are runes. You are unsure what runes they are, but you do know that they are arcane. They look very old and carved into the wood beams of the home.
I grab Ecclesias and show him.
If we're that close, then detect good and or divine scent.
Alrighty. Do the forge first.
Okay, forge first.
Yep. And then
What does that give
Ecclesias, do your, we'll say, investigation check to look for any sort of enchanting apparatus. And you're also going to do an investigation with advantage, Cthulhu.
I would like to use detect magic, which is one of my special abilities.
Oh shit!
Okay. We'll get to that in a second then.
A 12 and then a natural 20, so that would be 20 because that's investigation plus 0.
Very well. Before we get to the result of that, Ecclesias?
9.
9. Looking around, even you can tell, even though you're not really handy at a smith, that it seems to be a purposed smith. There doesn't seem to be any sort of enchanting or any sort of even alchemical components around. So it does seem to be a forge.
This forge is specific to a certain thing, but that certain thing I do not know.
I'll say to June.
Sorry.
I want you to look at these runes.
No, I didn't look at the whole thing. It's what I know.
So as you look at the runes, you get the spark that they are more religious arcanum than mage arcanum? I don't know how to word that. They're celestial, it seems, in some way. They're religious in some way.
I'm useful.
Can
I gotta let me get to Cthulhu first. So Cthulhu, as you look at this forge, as you step in, you look at the building itself, and you can tell that the building itself seems ancient. The wood itself is preserved through decades and decades of time. As you look at the tools that are spun around, different hammers and different wedging tools and such, they look very worn. But not worn in the sense where they're brittle or they can't be used anymore. They just look very well loved. Looking at the forge itself, it does not appear that it has been lit anytime soon or recently. You look about and there are no armor plates or weaponry or even ingots that you see that are ready to be smithed on the outside. You don't see anything around the forge nor anything to stoke a fire.
This forge has been gone for...
Shut up, Jeremy.
This forge has been it's not been used in a while, not for a long time. These tools, can I tell what the tools are made out of?
Yes, you can.
Is it like an ancient material, or is it just like...
As you're looking at them, make a investigation check. Again with advantage.
Would be technically an ancient
10.
material.
All right, we're getting way too into semantics.
Has
made
anyone
out of dirt.
actually touched any of the...
Made out of the Big
items
Bang.
Well, I'm currently probably like
So am I.
investigating. It is a 1e1, so 11.
1T1.
1t1.
11T.
11t.
Let me see here.
Oh, with it. Fuck. Not any better, so it's 11. Forgot advantage.
Check here.
11 and a 2.
Alrighty. The 11 total.
Yeah.
Looking at it as you kind of brush some of the soot off of one of the hammers, A silvery blue shimmer hits you. It's pretty recognizable to you. You can tell that the tools are made out of mithril.
Oh, would I know those are really
Yes.
good?
You know that those are very good and very expensive.
I will dust off all the tools I find and like just gaze at them.
Okay.
Just-
The forge is fully stocked when it comes to tools.
There's something off. This is
At this
like
point, I'm gonna walk right by him. Sorry.
These are very these are expensive. I mean,
What are those?
the
They are
mithril.
blue. That means they are discolored. They are cold.
Okay, Ayla, shut up for a minute.
So much no in that sentence.
They are mithril. I mean, as a son of a forge or blacksmith, you should
Whoa.
know how these are.
Sorry, my furball humor got the best of me. I know it.
As Alar in character laughs at himself.
Would I
Yes,
know
to
that?
I'm
himself.
laughing at myself.
Would I know if like mithril tools are used for like a specific type of smithing, like maybe a more like refined like?
You would know that no one uses mithril for tools. That is a very expensive, rare, and hard metal to use as a tool.
Until now.
You,
Would I
by the
have
way, to
ever-
describe the full forge, it is similar to the one in every town for the most part. There is the large forge and very large workspace, and then to the left, connected, even under the awning, there is a wooden door that leads into the house, you would presume. Yes, Zia.
Would I have ever read about a place like this?
Make a history check.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
knock on the.
to ask.
What do the carvings say?
And then while they respond, I'm gonna cast detect magic once.
Oh
on
yeah, I
my
did.
abilities.
Okay, cast
And I'll-
detect magic.
Yep.
Also, did divine sense pop on anything?
I mean, if you're going to do that now, you can. Let's
Okay, I
let's
was
do
gonna
the
say
let's
when-
do the detect magic first.
I
was
got a
gonna say-
17 on history.
17.
Nice.
You would have studied what pings your interest the most is the fact that it seemed kind of like a mirage when you guys were all first appearing. So that is the only phenomenon that you can really think of, but you know that that is more inclined to tropical climates or deserty climates or biomes. Detect magic. Everything your party has. The ring of Burster that you know that Ecclesias has is very bright in your head, as well as an item inside the building.
You glitched out there for a moment. You said an item
but-
inside.
An item inside the building, yes.
Okay.
Divine sense.
Anything good, evil, celestial, undead?
You get nothing that is good or evil, but you do you get a ping of undead on the inside.
Oh, that's fucking scary.
You yell out loud after 5 minutes of silence.
Just
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm sitting there like my ring, like I have a band on one of my hands and it's just like glowing and then it just goes back in. I'm like, oh fuck, kind of thing, and then I look up. This isn't right. There's something undead in
Yes,
the building.
there is something magical in there. I'm sorry. Did you say what?
It is. You know when we were fighting those
Was this Ghost again?
Yes, it was something like that. It's the same. It's the same
Fuck.
feeling. It's not as over. It's not
Zio,
as-
you stay outside.
Zio,
I don't want to
swear-
be.
Let me.
I don't want to be like 80.
Stand by me, old
I'm
man.
literally
I'll
about to
take care of
not
you.
fucking talk. Cause like he's getting manic because he's started to like
Cthulhu, what
overwhelm.
did you see?
There
What did
is
you
something.
sense?
There is something undead in that building. It is not the same overwhelming feeling I had with the ghost town, but there's something undead. You know, it's another story for another day. These
Says-
Oh my
tools
God.
are worth massive amounts of gold. I don't. we either get the fuck out of here, or we maybe see who's inside. Maybe it's a zombie. That's a friendly
Erden
zombie. I don't
creeps
fucking
up.
know.
First
Are there
question
windows?
to
Yes.
DM.
Yeah,
What
Erden's creeping up.
school of
Erden's
magic
creeping
was
up.
the item? Because they do get to know the school of magic.
Star Wars.
Pew pew.
Star Wars magic.
Pew pew.
It's pube magic.
What school of magic?
Mm-hmm. You learn a school of magic.
Necrotic.
Chemistry.
Ah.
I also get to know where. or,
Play-Doh.
like, where in the building is this undead pain coming from? Is it like close to the door?
Your
like
your
the
front
inside
left.
You know,
Your front
I
left.
thought it was. You just know it's around you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought,
Yeah.
okay.
Even if you knew exactly where it was, you don't know the layout of the inside of the building, so I can't really
I
tell
was
you.
just saying, like, if
Well,
it's
you
like
know.
at the door or it's.
No, it's not in the door. It seems to be inside.
I want to look in the window.
How
Alrighty.
sturdy is that
Yeah.
door?
I'm creeping up.
Looks
up
like a
to the
thick wooden
window,
door.
too.
All right.
I just keep getting
So
TNT
as
stuck
you
in my head
as
because
you
we've
go
been
to
saying creep
look
a lot.
as you go to look in the windows, they are paned with glass, and on the inside there are what looks very dirty brown, like sheets or blankets over the windows.
This the person that worked here did something very, very refined. These tools are not. I'm personally interested in these. These are beautiful.
And then perhaps the
So-
person that used these tools may be the same thing that's undead inside.
I'm curious. Everyone,
Why don't we knock on the door and ask?
I was about to say everyone can back up if you're scared.
Grab the tools.
Oh, they're already in my bag.
Okay, cool. We got some
there-
zombies to kill.
As they're talking, I just
think
knock on the
it's written
door.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you hear that,
Aw,
you hear
shit.
a small grunt on the inside, not a moan, but a grunt, and you hear what's sounds like Cade's desk. After a couple days, a lot of bottles get clinked around.
I can recreate that sound. out of
please
the trash
don't.
can Over there.
It's
And then
great to edit.
you hear a shuffling as you all kind of go quiet when he knocks. As you kind of hear those of you that are kind of a little antsy, hear your hearts beat a little bit.
I'm drawing my sword.
As as you hear the door unlock and you hear like another latch be undone, as the door opens and cracks open, and you see a very pale grayish skin man looking at him, Uridin. As you see him, you get the sense that if you touched him, his skin would physically be cold. He has
Oh, I thought you were gonna say fall off.
jet black hair that's tied, that's shaved on the sides, that's tied into a knot in the back, and piercing purple eyes. As he looks over to you and goes, "Hello there," and that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Oh, it's not
He's
not
my
Sven,
Lord,
Jack.
please.
I know. I legit.
Hodor is
assumed-
dead. Hodor is dead.
I think he just
I
took
know
this
the guy
man's
hold the door.
tools and then knocked on his door. Like,
Yeah.
Dialect been turned into a vampire.
Oh no, I'm gonna be like, they're just going.
Yeah, if we know one thing,
The one house in the
Dial
middle of
Kill
nowhere.
is gonna be somewhere in this campaign.
As you look on
He's
top of the
gonna stab
mountain,
us.
standing 19,000 feet tall, with a sword made out of straight lightning, it's Dialect.
Well, what you did? No, he got very good at an Irish accent.
Oh fuck.
So
You dare
everybody,
play with me like-
everybody, we're gonna take about a 15-minute break. Thank you for everybody that has showed up today. I did miss a follow, so HMS Beagle, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna try Alicia Johnson Kun. Sorry if I butchered that, but thank you for the
Alicia
follow.
Johnson-Kun.
And Sarah Kia, thank you for the resub for 2 months. Thank you so much. But everybody give us about 15 minutes and we will be back to find out who this stranger is. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Because he's undead.
Essentially, it's a mechanism that we'll call the Moist Maker, and everybody will want it. It mainly be marketed to like stay-at-home moms or dads, because 2021. But yeah.
What
Oh,
type
shit,
of moist?
that's
Like
2020.
swamp moist? like.
All right,
aren't
and the
moist,
session.
Like,
A
We're
mix-
gonna stop saying moist now.
Okay.
It's like between
Gonna-
a brownie
Mm-mm.
and a rainforest.
We're done.
We're gonna
Okay,
just
all right,
stop.
all right.
There's the line. It's good. We
It's a
established
rice
it.
cooker. What
It's
are you
good.
guys so freaked
We
out about?
established it. We established it. We're good.
I do like
Now we know where it is.
moist.
Hi, Mr. Hero.
The rice
Mr.
steamer
Hero
called the
Slayer,
moist
I
maker. Why-
apologize, but I don't.
Yeah. Well. Anyway,
No, Jack, it's the
Moist
moist
maker.
maker.
Google that.
Stop.
Google that. Alrighty. So,
All right.
as the door
Alright,
opens and this man with jet black hair and purple eyes looks at you, Uridan, and goes, "Hello there."
Actually, like, not being, like, clawed in the face by an undead zombie or something, I'd be a little shocked. Oh, hello. My name is Erodin. We are traveling through. We noticed this random abode, and we decided to apparently say hi.
How did you all find this place?
We are traveling down back to Solaria.
No.
on the-
How did you see this place?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering the
With
same thing.
He opens the door a little bit more and sees all of you.
Hello.
Zod.
I'll put my sword away.
Are we
Zod.
not supposed to see you?
Well, those that are able to generally come alone.
What grants those the vision?
So you do not know then?
I have
had a
no
very
idea.
strange dream last night.
Well, that is not my appointment to tell you why that you are here. But you're here anyway, I guess. Come in. And he goes. He opens the door and he just leaves it open. He walks as he goes. And Uridan, you'd be the first. Uridan, I'm assuming you're going in, or no?
Kind of usher everyone in.
Yeah, follow.
Who's the first
I'll
person
go
in?
Uridan.
Yeah,
Okay.
me. It'd be me.
So you would see he kind of like walks over and he grabs a bottle, he looks at it, it's empty, he drops it and grabs another one. And you just see a flurry of different hard liquors. The interior of the home is pretty disheveled. There's like one candle lit on a table. You notice that there is a crest that is tilted over a fireplace that is a left-facing raven. And below that, kind of leaned up against on the mantle, leaned up against the wall, is a long sword with a sheath over it. As he walks over, he grabs a bottle, and there's actually something in it. He sits down. Please, make yourself at home.
Would I recognize the crest?
Make a religion check.
I'm gonna. You said that the crest is like of a raven.
Mm-hmm.
13.
I'm gonna actually go up
13,
to
it
it.
does not pique your memory now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the crest and pull out a little silver icon that I
Okay.
have that is in the shape of a raven,
Mm-hmm.
and hold it up to it and see if it looks similar.
Refresh my memory, you got that from where?
You told me that I had it.
Was it from
And I
your...
don't know.
Was it from your random... Oh, so we're
Yeah.
just going to do the thing where an item I forgot about, you don't know how you got it. That's the whole...
Oh,
That's
it
the
was
whole
one
plot
you,
now.
You told me to get it, but yeah,
Good
it was
try,
my random.
June. Good
It was
try.
the random item then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is a leftward facing raven.
I'll kind of look at the guy. What does this mean? And I'll point up to the thing.
He takes a drink. That is the symbol of the Raven Queen.
Hi, who are
Sorry,
you?
What?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
What? What do you
What
want?
is your name?
Yeah, what? Who are you? Why?
My name at the time is not important. So why have you all here?
I mean,
Well, you kind of invited us in after we just saw it, and you said apparently we're not supposed to see it.
I did not
Very-
say that you're not supposed to see it, but there's generally a reason that you would know why you see it.
When I know why I saw it.
First,
No one
first
knows
of
why
all,
you saw it.
First of all, we did not expect anyone to be occupying this abode. Just wanna say that right now.
Shock is
in case-
generally something that goes hand in hand with what is happening.
Second of all, do you know how to use the forge?
Why would I live here if I did not know how to use a forge?
Oh,
Okay, once again, I would like to say we did not know that anyone lived here.
But but then you find someone and don't assume that that's an odd question to me. But yes, I know how to use the forge.
Just saying that,
So you are here for our blades then?
well...
Could you are a fellow smith yourself?
Yes, I am a smith.
What do you specialize in?
Weaponry.
Huh?
Weaponry.
Weaponry.
I thought he was gonna say booze.
I'll kind of
that
grab
too?
my I'll grab my sword, and it has a little bit of like this is kind of my work.
He looks at it and takes a drink. That is cute.
You say so. What could you do? No, in no offensive way. I just want to know. Curious.
He looks
You
down.
could show us in the form of a greatsword, and then give that greatsword to me.
So you are the
that's-
bearer. He looks up at you, Ayla. So you are the bearer then.
I am not a bear.
Oh God.
Jesus.
I'm not even getting into this.
His eyes don't. His demeanor doesn't even change. He just stares at you, like
I'm
you know what I mean.
Sorry, I don't know what you mean by the bearer. 'Cause I wield swords. I don't. There's nothing that crosses my mind as a specific thing that I bear.
Could you maybe explain what this place is?
What does it look
And
like? It's
why-
a forge.
Does it have a name? It seems like kind of a special forge.
It's a blacksmith's forge.
Great. You're a lot of help. Thank you.
You
yeah.
also
Is there any-
said
You
also
sought.
asked,
You sought me. I did not suit you.
Are you a part of the guild?
What's guild? I'm not part of no guild. But you are the bearer then. You're the one looking for a weapon, yes? So she has chosen you.
Stereotypically, I wield. Sorry, who is she?
Guessing the Raven
The
Queen.
Raven Queen. Why else would you be able to find this place?
Pause a moment. Would I
Yeah.
know? Can I do a history check on who the Raven Queen is?
You could do a
Yeah,
religion
Given
check.
my elven background, I believe.
You could do a religion check.
Wait, can I do one as well?
Sure, anybody can if you'd like to.
I already rolled.
I would
the
ask people
symbol.
that know about religion to do it, but sure.
Right.
Is
Well,
there any?
once again, though,
iconography
I
of
gonna point out from my because I believe the Raven Queen is Elvish. Can I do I get any? Would I have heard of that with my Elvish?
Raven Queen is not Elvish.
I was about to say.
Oh,
Can
it's
I
not.
roll even though I rolled for the symbol?
Doesn't have a body. Not Elvish.
Okay.
13.
Raven Queen's not Elvish. Oh, it's Fey though. Is it? Because I'm a Fey. I'm just gonna roll.
It's religion regardless. You can't use history to recognize religion.
17.
I know what you're trying to get.
Can
I'm
you
sorry.
tell that Nick also DMs?
You do not have a. You do not have. You've never heard of the Raven Queen before now.
17.
17, and who else rolled?
13.
19. All right.
Wow.
Cthulhu, you recognize the Raven Queen as a lawful neutral Feywild deity.
Would I know types of worshippers? Because, like, general, like, people follow, like, with the religion, it's, like, race-based. Or
You would
not.
also know that you know,
know I
that
like
her
that
you
place.
know that her domain is life and death, but you do not know what her worshippers are. No.
The Raven Queen, her domains, yeah, I know a little bit about her. Does that... Everything just clicked in my head, so now it's clicking in Cthulhu's. That's the dreams I had last night of the Does she
Oh,
ever work
the
with
Ravens.
the Ravens? Yes. Does she work with the Undying Court ever, or do you know that? I know their domains overlap, and there's a lot of difference.
I know only what there is about the Raven Queen. I do not know about the Undying Court.
Yes.
What does it mean if she has chosen me?
Well, this is odd territory for what I know. Normally there's just one, but I'm assuming that she has chosen all of you. But I'm only required to make one blade, so I'm assuming that you're the bearer of that blade.
I do look to the group.
If no one objects.
No, I'm sticking with my sword.
I don't object. I would always like a new blade, though. You know.
That's all.
Yeah,
I put my hand on Zio. I think this one goes to Alar.
Yeah, you already
Yeah,
have
he
I will.
deserves it. I have one.
I
that works.
am stereotypically lawfully inclined and neutral in my good and evil inclinations.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
That was a sentence.
Thought you didn't speak common too well.
You see him stand up as you guys are having this discussion. He goes to a chest and he opens it up.
Divine
Can I peek
sense.
in the chest?
Is he the undead figure?
You do it again? Yes, he is the undead figure.
Okay.
He grabs out a black ingot that looks to have some sort of pattern design on it. And he goes up to the door and he turns to all of you. By the way, to answer your question is my name is Cade. And he walks outside.
Oh shit! I had tools.
I want to know that my
Shit.
my furball we don't like.
Can you hear
names.
booming over your voice? Where are my tools?
As I said, we didn't think anyone lived here.
And I'll like have them like in like kind of like curled like this. I thought they were really cool. I'm first like again. Yeah, you can. Obviously,
He grabs
the
them.
girls-
Here, you can take them.
You can have them.
He goes and he peeks back in. If you'd like, you can keep me company while I work if you have more questions, which I assume that you do.
Yes, I would love to see your craft. And do I recognize the ingot at all?
You didn't get too good of a look at it at this point. If you want to go outside, you can try to.
I'm going outside.
Is everybody going outside?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go.
Before I leave, is there? I'm just assuming that there's no iconography of Cord, right? It's all Raven Queen.
You only
decked
see that
out?
one symbol.
All right.
And again, it's crooked. Doesn't look well kept.
Quick question. For my little icon, do I know how I got that?
We'll say it was given to you by. Her name is escaping me. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but you know who.
Yeah. Okay. Then I hold it tight and I go up and I fix the one that's on the wall.
Okay.
Straighten it out.
Yeah.
And then I will head out.
All right. As you go and you fix it, you die.
Cool.
As you fix it, you get a very dark sense from the blade that is on the mantle, as it kind of takes you back as you leave the building.
Is it familiar?
Yes.
I go outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
I'm
Yes.
just gonna be talking to. How long have you been forging for?
That is a very deep question. As he goes and he waves his hand over, the forge and brings his hand up, and you see a purple flame emit from the center of it.
Please let me know when I reach the outside within talking.
You have reached the outside within
Okay.
talking distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I just picture you doing that. Let me know when I get there.
Let me know when I get there. Yeah, immediately I want to kind of like push open the door and say, Cade, have you ever made a weapon for a Goliath?
So this is so weird.
What?
Oh shit! You weren't talking to Cthulhu, you were talking to Kate.
Yeah.
If you guys hear the name Cade, you're
no
Kincaid, all right? As you say that, he goes, "I do not recognize the people," describes the weapon. As he takes a pair of tongs, and you can see this ingot, and it looks like a layered Damascus billet, is what it looks like.
Is there anywhere to sit and watch him forge?
You can lean on something. You can grab a chair from the inside. Sure.
Ground?
Nope.
The
I'm
ground?
gonna sit on the ground. I'm gonna cross my legs. I'm just gonna assume I can cross my legs. I can't, but Alar can. and I'm gonna sit and intently watch him forge a weapon. I'm presuming for me.
Well, he throws the ingot in there, and then he turns to all of you. And he leans back. Like I said, I do not recognize the people, but did the weapon look like?
It was a glaive, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a very large glaive. It emanates dark energy.
Similar to the sword you have inside.
Yes, that does sound like a weapon that I've made. Why?
How does the Raven Queen choose her people that she apparently thinks are worthy of a weapon of your making?
As he goes and he grabs another bottle. Well, I guess it is not up to me to say how she chooses people, but generally, she focuses on her domains are life and death. Yes, you were correct on that one, half-orc. But she more specifically focuses on memories, deep memories, ones that are of great pain or great triumph. So people that are tied to things that are very traumatic in one way or the other. That is where she chooses, I would say.
When you make a weapon, do you have any connection to that weapon after it's been made?
In what way?
Like you might be able to sense where it is.
I'm sure that if I tried hard enough, I might be able to. Why?
Would you be able to tell me where the glaive is?
Maybe. Why?
We are.
That glaive is what sent us here.
Yeah.
The glaive was. We've seen it before.
So the glaive has led to torment in all of you?
Yes.
In what way?
It took our friend.
Ah.
The wielder of the glaive took our friend.
He gets kind of a smirk. It is not often that I know or get feedback on how my weaponry does. I'd like to say that I'm sorry, but I'm not. This is an odd moment for me.
I'm not looking for your apology. I just want to know if you can tell me where it is.
I might be able to, but let me focus on this task, and maybe afterward I can see what I can do.
Thank you.
I got a quick question. I'm just gonna be like sitting back, kind of watching things, and I'm gonna take a look down at Duo. Is anything odd going on with him in this particular space?
Duo seems to be hiding behind your legs.
Okay.
I go back inside, and I want to, while he's working on a large sword, and I want to just like examine that sword more so.
It's in a sheath leaning up against the wall on the mantle. Do you take it down?
Carefully, yeah.
Okay. Do you unsheath it?
Carefully, yes.
Alrighty. So you see a long black leathered handle with a sterling silver pommel at the bottom with a long silver crossguard. As you take off the black leather sheath, you see a sword that is almost seems to cut the inside of the sheath very deeply as you take it off. But the edges are silvered all the way to the point. It is sharp on both edges. And the center of it is a very dark black metal that seems to have some patterning in it.
Straight up fucking Darksaber.
I know.
Stare at it for a while.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Kid, how long have you been here?
In this location, I don't know, ever since you noticed, I'm assuming.
Oh, you just kind of arrive whenever you're needed to make something?
I go where I'm needed, yes.
I see.
It's a good thing we didn't just blow that door down and start shooting.
Yes, that
I,
probably would have been bad for you. I know that's not a character.
Yeah.
Kid, do you often get visitors?
Define often. The passage of time is different for me than you.
I see. Do you like go to towns and like hang with friends, maybe shoot the shit with people?
I have not left my home in what feels like an eternity.
I see. Do you have do you got anything on your mind?
I have more on my mind than I could deal in just a night.
Where do you get the alcohol from?
I summon it. Is that what you want to hear?
Is that something you could teach me to do?
No.
He's addicted to magic.
All kinds.
Okay.
I can stop shooting magic whenever I want, I swear. Oh, that was a double because shoot. And shoot, yeah.
Fire!
Hey.
So, and he looks over at Alar. Has she spoken to you yet? And
Just
What do you mean by spoken to me?
I think that is easier for you to define than for me.
Let me think.
3 hours later.
Do not hurt yourself.
Too late.
Thinking's
you
not
see
my
the
first
smoke?
comment.
I
would Cthulhu know about like binding, like accepting a god's gift and it possibly being?
Do you know God's grant power? Gods can grant powers in a lot of ways.
I mean, I know gods can grant powers because that's how Cthulhu is, but
Am I able to read the glyphs on the building at all? Like with that?
They're arcane. They don't make any sense to you.
Okay. Because I can't remember it unless if I totally missed something other than the dream. I can't think of anything where she talked to me.
I guess I'll be more simple. I don't know how she would speak to you. It could be a vision. It could be a conversation. That's not something that I can tell you. That's why it is easier for you to define than for me.
Well, I had a dream last night, as I said. And this is not the first time I've had a dream similar, but
And what happens in this dream? Did you all experience this dream?
I think
I
we
think
did.
we did.
yeah.
And what happened in this dream?
I do not believe it is true.
Do not believe what is true.
This dream.
It felt like
It is-
someone died.
Did it feel like you were living a memory?
It did not feel. I was living a memory.
Then yes, she has spoken to all of you.
No, not me.
Dibs.
What does
on
that
the
mean?
Physical thing.
Again, it is not for me to decide what a god's dealings are. I cannot tell you what that means. That
Have
is
you
for
spoken
find
to the
out.
Raven Queen?
Yes. Otherwise, I would not be here right now.
Have you fallen in like? Are you not mortal?
That is a tricky question. Were you about to ask if I've fallen in battles before?
Yes.
Many, yes.
Yeah.
Many, yes, I have.
What's typically do
Better
people
at
do
making.
with weapons of the Raven Queen?
What do people do is That's your question?
Yes.
Whatever the Raven Queen wants them to do.
Do you
And what
think
does she
that the
want them to
glaive
do?
that killed our
No.
friend is the one
You-
that was made to do that?
I do not know. The Raven Queen could have wanted whoever died dead. Or you could have just pissed somebody off. I could not know.
Can I ask you a question about these weapons?
Of course you can. Please speak up.
If you, Ecclesius, if you made this glaive that took my new friends, their old friend, does the purpose of their weapon, is it up to us, or are you going to imbue this weapon with a lust for its own?
Can you please repeat that? I did not understand.
Does the weapon choose who needs to be killed, or is the wielder simply bestowed this weapon?
He looks over at Cthulhu, who very clearly worships a god. Let me put it this way. Why does your god give you power?
To serve through him.
Exactly. The Raven Queen is no different. She gives power and bestows gifts for something in return. That something may never come. It depends on what her needs are. But for a group to be targeted together, I'm assuming that something big has piqued her interest.
I have a question for you again. Not that you can know their minds over God.
He turns around, he kind of stokes the ingot, flips it upside down.
Do you think that the Raven Queen regrets her decision to kill Sven? Perhaps we are a revenge of some sort.
That could be. Or it could be that your memories were powerful enough to beckon her. And that itself might be what she wants. A strong memory to preserve.
So, and I'll kind of look at Cthulhu, that means that gods can get it wrong too. It would be weird if you were to make us a weapon that kills the person who you made for whom you made the weapon, and then so it would almost be like we are killing Sven too.
In a way, that would be true, yes.
We are assuming that she cares if people die not related to the cause that she originally gave the glaive away to. Maybe she does not care that Sven died. Maybe she does.
He looks at all of you, and he looks at Zio, and he gives Zio a good look, as if he's looking at your clothing. He looks at everybody else, then he looks at Duo, and he goes, "Have any of you ever been to the Feywild? Or specifically the Shadowfell?"
No.
Nope, I have not.
Have I heard of those places?
Yes. The plains would be a known thing. You'd have heard of them. No, you have not been there, Ecclesius.
Okay.
I know of different planes, but no.
My people like to tell stories of the Fae. Shadowfell, I believe is the Summer Court also Fae? Sorry, Nick doesn't know that well.
We'll go with Ayla doesn't then.
But I didn't listen to the myths, them that well, but it sounds familiar, but I've never been. I hear it is an interesting place.
As he starts setting up his tools, kind of methodically and OCD-esque, you see he sets a hammer down, he kind of straightens it, another one, straightens it out on the table, and leans back and kind of looks at the ingot.
Is everyone kind of paying a lot of attention to him? Yeah, because I want to kind of sneak away.
No, I'm inside.
Okay,
You can.
I'd probably.
You can certainly try.
Okay, I will sneak away.
Stealth check.
I am watching him make this weapon very much like I would have watched my parents make a weapon.
Okay.
25.
If he's using any type
25. You walk away. Where are you going?
Cool. There's just too much Sven not around, Sven dead talk, and I don't want to be around it.
Okay.
So yeah, just kind of go off.
Well, he brings up and he looks down at Duo. I'm sure your little friend there has been there maybe once or twice. But the reason I ask is your understanding is understandably cloudy. So, for me to help you serve her purpose, whether or not it was just my own bad memory, or somewhere that I have spent a long time, there is a castle in the Shadowfell that the Raven Queen oversees. It is a place of overwhelming sorrow and overflowing with memories taken from mortals and fragments of dead deities. She, we can say, enjoys the memories of mortals. So whether she wants to create a stronger one based on the premonition you all put out, what seems to be last night, or not, that could be what she's searching for. And he looks up, but again, it is not for me to decide the will of a god.
I'm going to... how long have you been dead for?
Again, it's relative. It's hard to tell.
How did you die?
Much time.
Choked on
Age.
hummus.
What did you say?
It's a real
Just,
thing.
just age? Or...
I said which time.
Oh.
I told you I've fallen in battle many times. Somehow I always end up here.
When did you first learn to worship the Raven Queen?
Again, might be relative, but in my youth. As you look at him, he looks like he's probably in his early 30s.
I'm sorry, I phrased that wrong. When I say when, I mean why did you first worship the Raven Queen?
Out of necessity at first.
We all need things. Food, water, warmth. What was your necessity?
You know, it's been so long since I've thought of that, I don't quite remember. June, as you're inside still, yes?
Mm-hmm.
The room is colder than the outside. Like, not unbearably cold, but unnaturally cold. At this point, is there anything you want to do inside, June?
I just want to, like I'm focusing on the sword and I'm thinking about.
Did you put it back? Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will. And I'm kind of looking at the icon that I fixed on the wall, and I'm looking at the one that that I have, and just wondering why we're here, and what connection we have to this Goliath now.
Okay. As he takes the ingot out of the forge, and it is glowing red hot, but it has a purple hue around the edges. As he takes it over to the anvil, and he grabs that mithril hammer. It's a very large squared hammer. As he puts the tongs down and he hits it about 5 times, as you can see it kind of to both of you, Cthulhu and Alar, he is stretching this metal and working it what seems ethereally. It is not a natural way to be smithing out this weapon. As he does that, it cools, puts it back into the forge.
Cade, if I may ask a question.
Yes.
Are we on a different plane than the one that we came from?
I guess you could say that, yes. Well, exactly, I do not know. But this isn't your home, no?
I was assuming since it was yours, you might have more information on that.
It might be where I am, but it is nothing any close to mine.
Well, could you tell us how to get to the Feywilds?
That is a long journey, my friend. Not something that can be easily done. If you want a quick route, get in and get well with the Raven Queen. She would show you the way.
By accepting the gift you have made us, or the gift the Raven Queen has given us, are we forced to work for her? Are we free to do our own will?
The weapon is a symbol of her. If you wield it, you will be wielding a symbol of the Raven Queen. But your acceptance is what grants power. You don't want power, you don't have to accept. But it seems like there are some mutual things that you all can benefit from. So let me ask you this. I do not see your lady friend, but say I do find where this glaive is. What do you all plans to do?
Talk in a very
We plan to kill its owner.
aggressive manner.
I do not plan on killing its owner.
I only kill unless it is in light of my god.
Okay, I guess we're divided. We don't know what the fuck we're gonna do when we get to him.
We have a while to figure that out.
As he looks over at the sword and he turns it over, maybe not as long as you think.
Boom. From
Yeah,
the
that's
attic.
kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, as Barbosa like style just walks down from the
Yeah.
attic.
Some bitches, fuck!
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Is the Raven Queen spiteful?
I do not mean to be rude, but I'm going to be because I don't really care. I do not understand the dealings of a deity, nor do I even want to begin to try to believe I know how they think.
If you think that is rude, you would be very kind amongst the Furbolg people.
You do not see me with a blade in my hand. Trust me, I can be not so kind. My point being is that what is spiteful to one person can be business to another.
Well, do we have possession of this sword forever, or will it do a thing where it vaporizes when we reach its goal?
To my knowledge, my weapons are lost to the times, or they're forgotten forever. Maybe the Raven Queen takes them as part of the memory herself. I do not know.
Do you enjoy this work?
I enjoy to be informed on what goes in and out of the world. The job itself, I cannot say that I enjoy.
So where do you exist exactly when there is no call for your skill?
That is a question that's not thought of. Maybe some point between now and then.
How long does it take you to forge a sword of this size?
Well, should be no longer than an hour from now.
That's unusually fast, right?
Yeah, that's like 2 weeks fast.
Is it your tools that give you the power to do this fastly, or is it?
I've had a long time to hone my skill. If you'd like, and he looks over at you, Alar, there's a weapon on the mantle. If you'd like, you can go and fetch it. It is similar to what you would be receiving.
I will see what you create. I'm kind of just watching him work.
I mean, most of the time he's just like sitting there like this, like waiting for the blade to heat up.
But if he's
Right,
not
right.
hammering, if I'm not watching the sparks fly off the
You're just
hammer
like in
and
the
bang-
forge. Your eyes are sizzling.
Yes.
Where is
no, I
boiling
mean
point?
basically, like I'm staring at
Okay.
the metal
I'll go play with the blade.
heating up in the fire. I'm watching him hammer. I'm very kind of intently watching him and thinking about the blade and what I will do with that.
Okay. Zio, as you go in, you notice Duo also has both of its legs tucked between its... both of its tails tucked between its legs.
Both of its legs tucked between its tails.
Oh, buddy.
Either like as or like before Zio would have walked in, I would have, been having all of those thoughts and feelings, and you said that the room was even colder than it was outside. I think I would have like taken note of that, and I would have sat kind of underneath the mantle and the image of the Raven Queen, holding the icon that I have, and I would have started to meditate, and I'm gonna try to see if I hear anything from her.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. That's really cool, June.
We'll get back to that. Zio, as you walk in, you see June, what seems to be meditating. You walk up and take the sword?
Yeah, so first I'll walk in and I will, as I see June sitting there and taking note of Duo's disposition, I'll say, go on, bud, go sit in her lap. And
you feel
Duo
a little
will-
fuzzy creature crawl into your lap.
Yeah. And then,
Telepathically,
yeah,
I say thanks, Zio.
I'll just kind of smile as I'm like taking the sword down off of the mantle. Yeah, I'll examine it and then bring it out.
All right. Before, do you unsheath it in there, or do you bring it outside?
I'd bring it outside.
Okay.
Wait for permission.
At this
needed.
point, you see Cade bringing the blade over to the anvil again, and he hits it about 4 or 5 more times, and the blade seems to get its full length, as well as the tang.
Jesus.
And he goes back over, and he goes slow as in normal. He puts it back in.
Do you mind if I...
No, be my guest. Just do not hurt yourself. I assume you've seen what it can do.
Yes. And I will draw the blade,
Okay.
holding it out and examining it. What kind of blade is it again?
It's a longsword.
Longsword? Okay.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Uh-oh.
Is he making a longsword or
Yes.
great? Okay.
It'd be so sad.
Dexterity?
I want my great sword.
13?
Well, good enough. You don't hurt yourself.
Okay.
It is heavier than you'd expect.
You said it's heavier?
Heavier than you'd expect.
Oh, okay. Going to kind of slash the air a couple times.
Make a perception check.
Perception, okay.
Mhm.
I can do that.
No.
You noticed you stabbed yourself right in
That's
the eye.
not.
What you all
Right in
see
the
is
eye.
Zio just going.
You see a black mist radiating from his body.
11.
11, actually, enough. As you swing it, almost as if a bullet time happens, as you swing it, and you see the blade as you follow it like you're about to hit a baseball. As some of the snow that's falling, you literally watch the sword cut a snowflake in half as the snowflake with black energy and burns away.
Wow.
And then that feeling that you had come over you fades off.
And Raven
Ooh,
Queen
this
wanted that
is-
snowflake dead.
all you all see is just him. Nothing special.
This is quite fancy. I've never seen craftsmanship like this before.
Yes, that one took a very long time. That one is mine.
Ah. I see. It suits you. I'll sheath it. Well, if you're only required to make one blade, is there maybe a token or something that I might be able to take with me?
No, you cannot have a keepsake. You can have a bottle if you want.
I'll take a bottle.
As you're having this conversation, June, what do you say to commune with the Raven Queen?
I do everything like telepathically.
I thought you were just like, I do everything.
I do it all, and it works.
Okay.
And I win.
say all the words to her, and she understands exactly what I mean.
I win D&D.
Yeah, I telepathically while I'm meditating, I just kind of be present in whatever weird little plane we find ourselves in, and I say, Raven Queen, if you can hear me, Miara believed in you. She told me little, but I believe that you brought us here for a reason. I believe you are also, in some part, involved in my friend's death. And I want answers. I want to know why you brought us here. I want to know why what happened to Sven happened. I'd really just like to see the face of the person or entity behind these feelings that I have.
As you beseech thee and extend your words out into what you would hope be the Shadow Realm. Shadow? Fell.
Shadow?
Yu-Gi-Oh there.
Sub-Zero.
You close your eye. As your eyes are closed and you're speaking out into the atmosphere itself, you almost feel as if your body is taken from the world as you are standing in a cold landscape again. But outside of 30 feet, everything is black. You are unable to see past. As you see a long, elegant figure shrouded in mist with two long, extended raven wings. As you look to the right, you see draped under the raven wing, you see the memories and the actions of what happened with Sven. And you see yourself and your companions in a battle. You're unsure of the outcome. But
so not the one that... so I see the memory, but then there's also a different battle?
Yes.
Okay.
You're unsure of the outcome of it, but afterwards you see your adventuring group at a tavern, clinking glasses together, and there is a fuzzy visage of another humanoid figure clinking a glass that you can't make out. On the other side, you see your group, and you see a symbol of the Bureau as you take notice of it as your group walks away. As that memory or that vision transforms into all of you in a battle again. But the last vision you have is of your comrades laying in the snow as you're on your hands and knees as they have fallen in battle. As you stand up in this realm you're in, what do you do?
First, I look at her and I give her like a bow. I take a couple steps forward and I look to like each of the visions and tell her, I don't understand. What is it that you want from us?
You feel a very cold breeze, and you hear the fluttering of wings as three ravens fly by, and you swear that you hear them speak the word, a decision. Speak the words.
So just so I have this right before I continue, one vision showed the symbol of the bureau and us walking away from it, and then the end of that vision was that we were all dead.
Correct.
In
Other
the
than you, except for you.
I
make it out.
The other vision, was there any anything about the bureau, any symbol of the bureau?
Not that
in
you
the
can
first
make
one?
out. But you do know that there was a battle, and
Mhm.
you were triumphant in it.
Then I'll look at her and I'll say, well, I decide to be triumphant. I decide to let my friends live. And
As you
how
say that,
do I make that happen?
you feel what seems to be a arm on your back as it tries to guide you to walk under the wing.
I do it.
Alrighty. As you walk into this wing, as your vision goes black again, you come back to in the room that you're all standing in. Or that you are sitting in, excuse me. At this point, Zio is putting up the sword back on the mantle. Yes? Yes? I don't...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you said that, but...
I didn't, but that would have been my next course of action.
Okay. On the outside, he is currently at the grinding stone, sharpening the blade, as he has a long wooden Purple Heart wood handle that he is sliding on there and affixing the pommel to.
That's a sick sounding sword.
As he takes a dark brown leather and he starts to wrap it around the handle.
Good, not great.
I'll,
Are
are you like completely come to, eyes open and everything, or are you still meditating, or what do I see when I look over at you?
What you would see is her eyes open and you both meet eyes as you turn around after putting the sword up.
Did you do good? Good meditation? Did you learn some stuff?
She wants a decision.
She, the Raven Queen?
The Raven Queen.
Did you speak with her?
In some sense. I think that if we do not... I think if we don't engage the Bureau, and if we walk away from it, I'm trying to make sense of it all. But in one end, none of us make it out alive. Well, I do, but that could have just been because I was the one seeing it. And then on the other hand, we all make it out alive, and we have to make a decision.
Okay. That sounds pretty heavy. Did she say she was gonna give you a sword?
No, she did not say she was going to give me a sword.
So she gave you two choices then, yes?
It seems like it. Both choices lead to a fight, a battle.
And do you have any idea what these two choices are?
I think that one of the choices is if we, I don't know. I like if we don't join the bureau, I think bad things will happen. So I think that we need to get on the inside. I'm confused.
Well, maybe we see what Chester has to say and see if what he thinks aligns with what your conversation with the Raven Queen says.
Would I be hearing their conversation?
Not with how intently you are studying his craft.
Okay.
Others may. See, if anyone else isn't, strictly paying attention, you probably hear them talking inside.
I'll probably go over, having
Oh,
noticed
they're
that they're all
inside.
gone now.
Okay.
If I just hear like murmuring or I hear a conversation, not like details, but
Yeah.
that'll pique my interest.
Yeah, so Ecclesias comes into the building.
I'll wave. Well, do you think that I could communicate with her?
I mean, you can certainly try. I'm not a, I knew someone that was close to me that didn't know her, but gave me her symbol. And I just focused on that and asked her to give me an answer.
Just never had any sort of communication with the deity before. I think that would be quite the experience.
In that sense, yes. But every night when you guys have dreams, I see things that are otherworldly. So maybe I'm not as phased by this for some reason.
What
But
kind
I
of
also
things do you see while we're having dreams?
mostly battles.
That have taken place or that have yet to take place?
It feels like it already took place, but it's nowhere that I recognize, with no one that I know.
Are you there or are you in a...
In a sense, yes, but not me as me.
Huh. Interesting. I have a feeling that if I tried to communicate with her, nothing would happen.
I'll hand Zio my symbol. Like, well, if you want to try, you can. I still trying to make sense of what I saw.
At what point I've walked in?
You would have heard all that.
Oh.
Yeah, I waved at you right before I started.
Sorry, I missed that.
You're good. I'll say, well, I guess it's worth a shot.
I'll say I do want that back.
Yeah, not a problem. I don't intend on keeping it. I do want that back, and I'll scoop up Duo and set him in my lap.
Take
And
him a
then I
little pat
will,
on the head.
I'll hold this symbol that has been handed to me and focus on it and try meditating with it and just see what happens.
Well, as you go and you meditate and you close your eyes and try to commune with the Raven Queen, you hear Cade call from outside, "It is finished!" And as he calls that out, Duo like scurries up your shoulder to the side of your head.
I will, eyes jet open, and I will, give him a little pat. It's alright, buddy. I know he's a little bit weird and ghostly-like, but he seems nice. I will hand over the symbol back to June, and I'll stand up and say, "Well, shall we go take a look at this sword?"
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I was lost in thought, but yes, we should see.
Are you alright, Ecclesias?
Yes, I'm fine. It's a conversation for another time. Nothing bad or that needs to be. Please, get through you, and I'll push the door open, let him out. Honestly, I am fine. A lot of thought.
Yes, I understand. I will make my way outwards, giving Duo lots of head pats.
Going to assume that the sheath that the broken longsword used to fit into will be able to hold the new longsword.
He goes over and he pulls one down from the top of the rafter and he clicks it in.
Okay. Then I would...
And he looks down, and I would not let this weapon be embarrassed by that sheath.
I am appreciative because, yes. Do you have any use for this broken thing?
Why, yes, I do. He takes it from you.
Yep.
And he throws it in the forge.
Perfect.
It's the queen. You can't trust it in Dolce.
It's like a phoenix.
Yes, it's
what
well
does he
blood
give
bright
me?
and young. And
Does he give me
he holds it out to you.
I-
Do you grab his hands are like he has it right above the guard and then almost near the tip. So do you grab it by the handle or the center of the sheath?
At first, I mean, honestly, the way I would grab it is where probably the center of the sheath and then the handle.
Okay. As you go to take it away, he kind of holds on to it and he goes, "Justin's a weapon, and do not abuse it. She'll keep you alive." Or maybe the opposite. And he lets go.
Without unsheathing it, I say,
With this exception, I will not unsheath it unless if I feel like she calls for it. But of course I must unsheath it to see what it is. I wouldn't want to be gotta see it before I use it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
so I then kind of step away, unsheath it, do the whole, test it out, see how it flows with the arms,
It's yeah, as Ecclesias.
What the?
Ecclesias,
crazy.
come here. Let me.
It's
let
perfectly
me,
balanced.
Save your fur.
The blade full weight of the tank.
And it's a black metal. Is that right?
Yes, the blue hue to it. Almost so dark that you cannot see the pattern through the center.
That's pretty neat.
The blackness probably reminds me of the glaive.
That's pretty neat.
The glaive itself was not black, I don't believe.
Okay.
The energy it gave off when it killed Sven.
Just the smoke.
Same. Okay.
He goes, "Spend some time with it. Unlock its inner meaning. There's more hidden than you think."
Thank you. Okay.
I have. Kate, I have a question about the nature of the sword.
Which one? Is the one I just made.
Yes, all of your work, and this pertains to the Raven Queen as well.
Yes.
Is there like an open line of communication between her and the sword? Does she just know where we are or where the sword is? How does this work?
If I had to assume, even if you had no blade, if she wanted to speak with you, she could.
I thought as much. Thank you.
And,
Speaking of this,
do you still have my weapon? Looking at you, Zio.
no, I put it back.
He goes inside and he brings it back out. Looks at June. You're still wondering where that blade is then?
I am.
Alright. He looks at who handled your friend, or did he die alone?
We all did.
He unsheaths the sword. Who is my volunteer?
I will.
Give me your hand.
Cade,
I put out my hand.
Before you do anything, if I am to wield a weapon made by you similar to the long sword that you wield now, I would like to feel what it is like of what I am about to use. I know maybe Cade can get cuts again, but I think if I am going to use something, I should know what it feels like.
That is a very noble thing. What I'm about
Very
to do.
wise.
What I'm about to do is nothing like what will happen if I strike you. Give me a moment and I will fulfill your wish. And he takes Cthulhu's hand and he puts the blade in it and he goes, count to 3. Is this my turret?
1,
He rips it.
2. Ah.
Make a
1.34.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm fucking great at these. Every time I've passed out from Dragonboard Mead. Yeet! 12.
Alright, you take... That's a fail. You take 9 points of piercing or slashing damage.
Okay.
And 9 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay.
As the blood is on the sword, he turns it so the blade is sticking down. He slams it into the coals of the forge. As you see the purple fires up, and it actually knocks him back, and all of you kind of have to take a step back from the heat as he kind of falls down to the ground. As he looks around at all of you, and he stands back up, and he puts his hand on the blade, and his head kind of shoots back, and his eyes go completely black, and you see skeletal wings come out of his back as it seems like he's not coherent in the moment, as his body flumps back forward, as returning back as he takes the sword out and resheathes it, and he goes, "It is not for me to tell you what that is. You're in the Raven Queen's hands now."
Well, damn, that was intense.
Trust you and me, it was a lot more intense on this side.
Yeah.
So you can't tell us where he is.
I have been forbade from the knowledge that you seek.
He makes the weapons.
Sounds like she really wants that decision.
I do not know which of you speak, but all I can say is that gods get their way whether you want them to or not. So why not get something out of it, right?
I suppose.
Well,
What were those wings?
I do not
Natural
know.
question to follow that.
I,
What was all that about?
I do not know what you talk about. But as he finally clicks the sheath into the sword into the sheath, I think that our business is concluded. Is that right?
I think you need to hit Alar
Oh,
with that sword of yours.
that is right.
Before that happens, can I walk over and I say,
This looks like this will be a very noble thing for you to do. I respect that.
and as I pat his shoulder, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability, 2nd level on him, and I'm going to give him reading this now, and it's not an intentional joke, but I'm gonna give him the bear's endurance. You are bear. The target has advantage on con checks, and you also get 2d6 temporary hit points.
And as this is all going on, I have like the light from my tattoo comes over and like starts like healing up the wound that he cut me with.
I'll get to that in a second.
Ooh, okay,
I'm
never
guessing.
mind.
So,
with the 2d6 temporary hit points, I rolled that.
Ooh, 10. No, I just rolled it for you. I rolled two
10.
5s.
Oh, well,
No, I
yeah,
did.
I'll take 10. I'll take 10.
He walks out and he has the sheath in his hand and his right hand is on the hilt and he says, "Do you want to see it's coming or no?"
No.
Do you want to give him an advantage or not?
And I say,
Turn
and
around,
I
son.
close my eyes.
Oh, very well. As Zio, you're the only one to pick this up. All of you see him as he pulls the sword out and slashes very quickly without missing a beat. But Zio, you seem to notice as he does, you see his body kind of pause. As you almost see, as the blade is coming down, he kind of redirects it to hit a more vital part of the chest. As he slashes back down, as he puts the sheath or it back in the sheath, I need you to make a con saving throw. You can choose to fail should you wish.
Oh no, I'm not choosing to fail.
Okay.
What did you say? I had advantage on the con save?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, I meant to rage, but whatever.
Rage as it's happening.
Yeah.
It might piss you off after.
I feel like Erden's just watching
Advantage,
from a
what does he
distance
get?
now.
Erden's what?
Advantage.
Watching
con
from a
save
distance.
13.
No, you fail.
Tier.
So,
Well,
Ooh.
Yep.
let me do the damage for just the sword. That is 7 damage. 7 slashing damage.
okay.
It's a lot of dice over there. That's a lot of dice you're rolling.
18 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And your health is lowered by 18 points.
Can it be lowered by 8 because the temporary health was...
Your max hit points are lowered by 18 hit points.
Alright, well.
Wait, permanently?
You don't know.
I did 25 points of damage without that
Yeah,
18 points.
How does Alar react?
18, 25 total
Cries like a bitch.
then. That changes temp. Is there a way to max HP modify this?
Don't worry about it. Just remember you're lower than you're 18 lower.
Write it
now.
down.
18 lower. Yeah, I'm gonna write this down.
While Nick's doing math and stuff, that must have really hurt. Like, did you see that? And then I'll look over at the group and where is Urden? As you're probably
Yeah. I'm definitely in pain.
Yeah, what do you do as he slashes you literally across your heart and down to the bottom of your stomach?
Do you hope to die? Do you stick a needle?
Shut up.
Cure wounds?
He's just like breathing deeply, just like.
Yeah, that. Well, depending on what happens with my healing, we'll see what I do.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, and it is freezing to the touch. And he says to you, "Don't worry, yours is not as grand." Then he puts it back in the sheath.
Kid, how did you do
come up
that?
to him.
Great. Well, not so great, but
Yeah, it's just long. It's not great.
Just long, not great.
I need everybody to make a perception check. Urigan
Yes.
too, actually. If you're watching it from a distance, except for Alar.
Okay.
Me as well?
Man, it bounced in
Yes,
to the
everyone but
fancy.
Alar.
It bounced into the fancy Arcane Archives dice roller, and then it went over
That's
my
not damage.
numpad, and it landed on my wrist guard. Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
So,
18.
You can't see it.
everyone, what's Zio's and Uridan's and Kate's?
21.
21. 10. Uridan?
16.
Alright, you all notice, you see the same black visage of wisps coming out of Alar's chest, the same as you saw with Sven. And Cthulhu, as you notice that, as you try to heal, you see the same energy coming out of your hand. as the light that you are trying to bear into your wound actually has to fight its way.
Does it work or no?
It takes a minute, but it does work eventually.
Okay, then I go out to Alar and I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Make a medicine
Touch
check
his
for
chest.
me.
Something I'm not great at. Medicine -1. That's a 3.
And make a religion check too, please.
Religion. I'm good at these. That's a 12.
As you go to cure wounds, his wound is too deep at this moment for you to heal it. As you put your hands on them, or hands on him, your spirit's lifted a little, Alar, but the wound itself, as the light tries to enter that gaping wound, has no effect.
I kind of want to like turn to Cade and ask the magic or the essence, whatever it is, that it seems to come from wounds done by these weapons. I'll kind of like look at the black stuff kind of coming out of Alar. Is there a cure for that? How do you heal that?
It's the easiest way to heal that kind of wounds is the passage of time. Take a time and take a chance and just rest, Ayla. Cthulhu, I think I heard correctly. You
Yes.
should be fine. It was small enough.
Yeah, the light kind of worked on it.
Cade, how did you do that?
I hate this.
I really feel like that has been explained by now.
No, you like adjusted your strike halfway through.
I'm good with a sword. I don't know what you mean. And he kind of looks away, as if avoiding the topic.
Are you sure that's all there is to it?
I am. Where's your little friend?
He's
Well.
with me. Why do you ask?
Just wondering. He seems scared.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I wonder how
Why do you think
Duo
that
sees
is?
this guy.
He just sees like a shadow demon, just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as he walks up to the door, I think that our business is concluded.
As he reaches the door, like out of the darkness, an arrow hits the door. Not like near him or like threatening or anything, but etched into it, it does say, "Sven is gone."
Oh, Eddie.
He grabs it, and he goes.
Who's Sven?
He goes, "Who's Sven?" He says, "Who is Sven?"
What does it matter? He is gone.
That is true. And he takes it and he nails it to the door frame. And he goes in.
And then,
Good luck in finding your quarry.
And
You as
I
well.
emerge from the shadows.
to take the tools.
Sad
Yeah,
boy comes out of the
stealing a
shadows.
Ethereal god's personal forger, Smith boys.
Yeah, that sounds
prized,
like a great
priceless
idea.
Possessions.
As you're all
That's really
standing
good.
there and the door shuts, the purple flame of the forge goes away and the embers that should still be burning are completely chilled. As the forge seems to go back to the same state as when you walked up. Seems unused and untouched for a very long time.
Ayla
He was
just gets
definitely
up and starts
dodging my
walking.
last question.
Is that really the only thing that you took away from Narcio?
What, the entire?
I just mean like it was strange that this person came from the ether, and after he sort of mentioned that he's a god's personal smith, and he has died many times in battle, and that he was in fact undead, and couldn't have been aeons long, or old, coming. You
Yeah.
you left
Fascinating.
really fast.
Yeah, it's really crazy, but like he was up front about all the questions we asked until I asked him about what he did to. Did you guys see that? He like changed the direction of where he hit.
Zio, have you ever asked Cthulhu about how he does his magic?
No, I don't really care.
Well, it's the same answer of how Cthulhu
And
does
I can
his
still
magic.
kill you.
Cthulhu does
can
his
try.
magic in the same way Cade does his magic. Which is funny.
That's a
Cthulhu and
weird
Cade are the same
sentence.
I hate
person,
this.
but-
I hate this.
DM.
Talking to Cade.
I want to go up to
DM,
Uridin when I get a chance.
Would I have known whether it was like a magical kind of ability that was causing the like what I saw, or was it?
You wielded
Something
it.
else.
You know it's a magical
Yeah.
ability.
Okay. Okay, then I'd leave it at that.
I'm just gonna stand next to sad boy Uridin, and I'll like kind of like keep looking at everybody while Zio's like talking and stuff, and just telepathically. I know you're not okay, but you will be. We
Can
all
I
will be.
respond telepathically?
I let you respond telepathically.
I let you respond.
I'll let you speak.
I let you.
I'll allow it.
Thank you for
shut
your
your-
permission to mind speak.
Thank you for letting me use my brain.
Just right back to you as the wound will slowly heal. It hurts a lot.
I know they're like closer, but I was looking for Uridin. So if I see him far away and I see them talking and just like the whole arrow spectacle, is this building and Cade are still here, right? They have not disappeared.
No, they have not.
Okay, never mind then. Sorry for.
Well,
interrupting.
Uridin also said he kind of like came up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're
I
all
approach-
together.
Yeah, so we're not like super far away. I just went to stand next to him, and I look like I'm staring off into space as I talk telepathically.
I mean, I said about 15 minutes ago that I was leaving, so I don't know.
Well, in your back
thing
of
you
your
walk
mind,
slow.
yeah, in the back of your mind, June, you hear, "Is everything okay?"
I look at Ecclesias.
And I'm like,
Son of a bitch.
It's like when you've been shit talking
we're
someone
4
in
feet
different
away.
language, and then they speak to you in that language. And you're like,
Yeah.
shit.
Let me guess, it's Swahili.
Hey, I didn't drop it. I didn't drop it.
What are you all doing?
I'm
well,
going.
we can walk if we want, but
Yeah, I'm waiting for everyone to walk a little bit.
I just want to be like, since when?
I want to
Yeah,
see what
I'm
happens.
going-
Like... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to look down at Dio real quick, and I'm gonna ask, what's wrong, boy? Why are you so scared? And DM, I wanted to know if I could get a response from Duo.
Do you have to speak with animals?
No, and I'm not sure exactly how this works. But in the spell, it says that within 100 feet, I can communicate with it telepathically. I didn't know if it was a two-way thing, or if I could like just give commands telepathically, or.
I interpret that as you can give commands telepathically.
That's what I thought. Okay.
you just hear, "I'm a fox" whenever you're speaking.
What's wrong? I'm just a fox!
I'm a fox.
I'm a fox. I'm a fox. I'm a fox.
So as you all start walking away, as the air grows colder again, a very quick, bitter, brisk breeze rushes by the valley. As you all get that like blurry-eyed vision again, as you all try to keep your eyes open to see what's happening, those of you that want to, as they eventually shut because of the cold air. As you open your eyes, you find yourself in a snow-covered forest.
Weird.
Is the sword still in Alar's hand?
It is. And so is the slash in his chest.
Even though I know it's not really going to help fully, I'm still going to do it. I pick up some snow. How malleable? Doesn't sound right.
Is it packing
How-
snow?
Yeah, it's a
Packable.
packing snow. Thank you.
Sure.
How snowballable.
All right, I'm
How
going
snowball
to
is it?
kind of pat my wound with
Snowball
the
up
snow to
opticals.
kind of ice it up.
Yeah.
I know it won't do anything, but
Very well. So, what would y'all like to do? As you're standing there now in the forest that wasn't here before.
I think this is a good place to make a fire.
What time of day is it?
Still about
Right.
noon.
Oh,
But, I mean, one of you did take an ass licking.
are these?
I know what I said.
what happened?
I know what I said.
I thought you
I
were
took
building a
it, I
sword.
took it. Who is licking my? Is that
A
Lady
long
Purple still around?
sword.
Is she still?
Um,
Anyways, are these
My
pine
God.
trees? I'm assuming there's.
They're not,
coniferous.
actually.
Oh, okay. So it's just snow-covered dead
Palm
trees.
trees.
Okay.
Palm
Deciduous.
trees.
Gotcha.
Citrus trees. They're
Never
all
mind.
citrus trees.
I was gonna make pine needle tea, but I guess
No.
not.
Can I see if there's any fresh pineapples on the trees?
Yeah, there's tons. You eat them and die.
Some fresh pineapples.
Alright. So, as you all sit here to contemplate what just happened, and whether or not to bunk down for the night to heal his now very deep gashed wound that you now know how Sven felt, that is where we're going to end the session for the week.
Oh boy,
That was a good fucking.
that was a good stream.
That was a good fucking set.
Or
was
episode,
good.
chapter. Ah.
Dude, as soon as you said Cade, everything just like
Yeah, my brain exploded for a
Back
second. I
in.
was like,
Yeah, me too.
I have a question.
Hey,
Do the three
I remember,
of you...
yes.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
what?
yeah.
You-
Hold on.
great.
If I was like
Hello, sir.
present, I was gonna look for Arcus material
Yeah.
Cade.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
from
What?
Different
Sunday
campaign.
campaign.
What?
Okay, you didn't get
Josh-
it. You missed
Josh's
it.
campaign.
Grove.
Cade.
Grove. Cade. Grove. Cade.
Yeah. Cade.
That's who that was.
I,
Did you
Cthulhu.
get that? No. Okay.
No.
We're done.
Hey, this-
Who's on
Anyway.
It's
first?
gonna be about
Anyway,
an
let me
hour
see if I
after
can find
this
someone we
session
can raid.
as we explain this to.
Oh, I get it. See, I didn't know that
Okay.
Anthony puts all of his characters in his campaigns. I didn't.
Listen, rule number 1 of DMing: if you make it once, you reuse it because then you have to do less work. He just like an hour of work because he just reused a character.
Also,
Gone.
when you make a cool character, why not throw him in another cameo?
True.
When I DM, I just throw you into a randomly generated dungeon where you try to avoid traps long enough to fight the ridiculous boss you just spun on a gigantic dwarven mage stone fortune wheel.
Welcome
spinning
to the
game.
Pink Mist.
Welcome to the
Anyway, right?
Well,
Yeah.
thank you everybody that's been here. Weartag, thank you for that follow again. Sarakia, thank you for the 2-month
Derails them.
subscription. And thank you to everybody that has followed. Thank you to everybody that's here right now. It has been an amazing stream. There's been so many of you in here. We are actually going to raid a channel that is doing some sort of charity stream right now. I
Oh.
have not peered into the direct correlation of what they're doing the charity for, or which charity they're going to, but they're still playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm sure it's going to a great cause. So their name is Dragons in the Dining Room, and that is an amazing name. So we are going to be going over to raid them. Thank you for everybody that showed up and hung out. I hope you enjoyed, those of you that saw it, enjoyed the new intro. It will also be up on our YouTube, and you will be able to catch it next Friday, a week from today at 7 p.m. Eastern, as well as when our YouTube video goes live on Twitter, or on YouTube, excuse me, on Tuesday.
and on Twitter.
Make sure you follow us on our Twitter and join our community Discord down below, as well as follow our Instagram so you can get more updates if you need to know anything, or if there's any sort of problems that we're running into.
But there's fun stuff on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of me not knowing what's going on, but people
Yeah, I
send
like
me
how you
stuff.
started doing that. You're like, I don't know what this means, but they tell me it's cool. Find out with me.
There's the raid. Make sure you go raid them. Take care, everybody. Much love. Take care.
Thanks, Brandon. We love you.
Thank you.
Don't cut out. They have this.
Don't cut-
fade
yeah.
here.
Oh, the Arcane Archives. All right. Take care, everybody. Make sure you join that raid. Go give them a bunch of love. And when you get over there, just put in the chat #SporkArmy. Hashtag Spork Army. Give them love. Everybody take care. Thank you so much for everybody that stopped by. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Much love. Go give them some love. And we will see you over there for the hashtag Spork Army. Take care, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.